Saturday night settings, as you can see, Zuberi takes a swig of whatever he has decided to drink upon this evening. I don't know why he's feeling the need to be so visible. What's the word? Like, yeah. Drink some water to just
Nervous,
because
man.
your
Bournemouth, big game.
your opinions are apparently already crazy enough. You don't need to be more crazy. You know what I mean? People already accuse you of being intoxicated. You don't need to prove it and show us that I am really intoxicated. But people forget Zuberi for 2 seconds. Welcome. You are locked into the Call-In Khan Show. Saturday night settings, 8 p.m. We are there. We are there. We have Bilal in the building because Bilal is celebrating a stunning Arsenal victory today. A little bit of a smile. Maybe Bilal's happy. Maybe Bilal thinks he's back in the race from being out of the race last week. We will discuss that. We've got Zuberi, of course, to talk all things football in general. Liverpool, Bournemouth tomorrow, the most important game of the season so far, because that's the way I look at it. Every game from now onwards is the most important game of the season so far. And we will discuss Bournemouth. We will give our lineups. We will discuss any injury situations, any injury updates. We have Man United new CEO to discuss. Wow. How have they just stolen the Man City CEO? How have they done that? What is the thinking behind that? What is the reasons behind that? Man City CEO has resigned from his post at Manchester City and decided to take up the role of Chief Operations Officer at Man United. That's a big major talking about. Hopefully we've got some Man United people to explain what they think of that. Hopefully we've got some Man City people. We're going to discuss Arsenal. Whatever you want to discuss, it's yours. Xabi Alonso, people. 27 game unbeaten run in the Bundesliga. That's mad. 27 game unbeaten run, I should say. That is insane going. Is Xabi Alonso the next Liverpool manager after Jurgen Klopp? Let us know. You already know the rules. New callers and channel members get priority. The link is in the chat. I think I've pinned it. Let me know if it's pinned. But there's the link to call in. Your topics, your agenda, your club, whatever you want to talk about. We're here to facilitate. Is that the right word, people? We're here to facilitate. And we're here to speak if you want us to speak. Otherwise, the floor will be yours. Make sure you have your points ready, your questions ready. If you hate us, you disagree with us, no problem whatsoever. But no abuse. Because abuse, I will abuse you back, and then I will block you as well. So there's no point really. But if you hate us, if you disagree with our opinions, tell us straight. If you think Zuberi's not making sense, tell him straight. It's not going to be the first time. If you think Bilal is deluded gunner, tell him straight. It won't be the first time. But Bilal, we saying, man, feeling good this week? 5-0. I had 3-0 in my big six predictions, man. 90th minute coming up, and I'm thinking, 3-0, nice and cozy. But you lot made it look like a slaughtering. It wasn't really a slaughtering, was it?
Yeah, you could argue that maybe the scoreline flattered us a little bit. Obviously, towards the end, Palace were down and out. Their fans are celebrating, protesting at the Emirates Stadium. I've never seen an away fan base protest at another person's ground, but it is what it is. Hopefully the Palace fans get what they want sooner rather than later. But yeah, for Arsenal, it was a good result. We need to win. We need to win games. As I said, last week you asked me about title race. I said, I don't think we're in a title race, to be honest, at all. Right. But the next 9 games, there's 9 games plus 2 Champions League games. So what's that? 7 Premier League games, right? And I've looked at them and they're all winnable games. I think the hardest games you've got are Liverpool at home and Newcastle at home. But if you're serious and considering the mess we put ourselves into to even be in this position, in my opinion, we've got to win all of those games to give ourselves any sort of chance. So I'm not going to say we're back in a title race or anything like that. I need to see the next 7 Premier League games that we actually pick up maximum points, because that's what it's going to take. We're playing against Man City, playing against Liverpool, another draw here or there, another defeat here or there, and it's really, to be honest, the curtains on the wall. So the next 7 games are going to be massive in the Premier League.
The curtains are on the wall.
Yeah, man.
My brother Saidisms are spreading like wildfire. People are saying the wrong things up and down the country. Big up Said, the curtains on the wall. Man
Yeah.
is spreading the Saidisms. Okay, no
Big up Said.
problem. The
Big up
writings on the
Said.
wall, people. Let's not lower our intellects over brother Saeed. The actual saying is the writings on the wall. My brother has turned it into the curtains are on the wall.
Maybe that's
And
where I got it from.
that's
Honestly, maybe
exactly where
that's
you
where
got
it,
it
I
from.
might have listened to Saeed too much, man. Big up Saeed anyway.
Madness. Big up
You never
Saeed
know.
still.
Yeah. But honestly, yeah. Honestly, the next 7 games are going to be massive. As I said, I need this just the beginning. Hopefully, we build on it. Palace, to be honest, they didn't really offer much of a threat even throughout the game. Without Zaha there, to be honest, like normally the past few years when we played Palace, like Zaha every single game just turns up and just absolutely sticks it on us, right? But today only Eze was trying to do something, and really and truly there wasn't much of a threat. Olise wasn't there as well for them. Roy Hodgson, to be honest, at this point, I think Palace should let him go. To be honest, I feel like he's already hit the max that he can hit with this team. They should try bringing another manager for them. But yeah, Arsenal, 2 set piece goals. We didn't really we didn't cut Palace open the way I wanted us to cut them open. But second half, we got the counter attack, the third goal, great counter attack. You know, Jesus, Trossard, nice goal. And then, yeah, 2 great finishes from Martinelli. So hopefully Martinelli gets more confidence, because that's what we've been criticizing him for, saying, oh, he's not finding the back of the net. He's got 2 goals today. I know, obviously, Palace has said they're down and out at that point, but still, confidence. And I think this team, to be honest, we've got a lot of players who rely on confidence and feeling good. So even Jesus, when he did that assist for the 3rd goal, straight after, I just see the energy from him, just oozing, just the dribbling, the intensity just comes back. And I feel like this team does need to find that rhythm. Also, I did shout him out a lot today, and people kept calling me crazy. Why are you guys? I need to know if you guys rate Jorginho. Like, Jorginho is a solid. Like, listen, I'm not saying he's going to start week in, week out, because his legs are just not there. But when you talk about intellect and talk about football IQ, Jorginho's got it.
It depends
man.
on how you use him, and I hear what you're saying, and he has to be used for that purpose only. He can be your. I know Milner used to play everywhere, but Jorginho can be your guy that comes to finish the game, to end the game. You know, I don't rate him that high in terms of if he's gonna be your mainstay moving forward as well. I know Declan Rice. Maybe people want to speak on a Declan Rice complaining of a little bit of a hamstring strain as he was coming off. Probably nothing to worry about, just a bit of tightness. But yeah, you look good in that second half, and this is what goals does. Goals give you confidence, and you started seeing some of your ballers ball out. I was fuming because I made Saka captain. You score 5 goals and man don't get assist. That's when you know give up the game. But let's get some comments up before we get into Zuberi's life and see what going with Zuberi. RSI says congratulations. Grizz, soon 50k. Thank you very much, my bro. Yeah, man, massive achievement for me, man. I'm blown away, guys. I'm blown away. I do like 1-2 streams a week. How am I hitting 35k, man? There's people out there doing 3 streams a day. 3 streams a day haven't got these numbers. So I'm mad blown away with the love, man, and big up all of you lot that, you know what I mean, regularly come in and listen to us and tune in and interact with us. The community is sick. The community is mad. You know what I mean? Our chats are always very, very high level, intellectual chat. You guys tell us so much. We learn from you guys as well, man. It's brilliant. Congrats, Grizz. Smash those likes on your way in. He's right, people. Joseph, congratulations, Grizz. Always like the video. I love the content. A little worried about the game tomorrow. Joseph, we're going to talk upon it. Let me see if Zuberi... I usually go with Zuberi's gut instinct, man. Man's never wrong. I take the piss out of him, but he's very rarely wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get Zuberi's instinct on it in a minute. Magpie says we've won this league. Only question is, do we get awarded at the end of the season? Or will Manchiti are banned in a year or two? We just need to finish above the likes of Arsenal. Fair enough. Zuberi with the GTA vibes background. There you go. I was waiting for the first comment. Zuberi, my brother. How are you? Hope you're doing well. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Slap up some guys on pro clubs and that, chilling with the man, them. Big up Nature Boy, Savage Dog Sports, Savage Dog Wrestling, and man, Kavla. Hope you're in the building, man. Chilling with the man, the man, patting out the background. So, yo, Zabir, this is the thing. Keep the thing uniform and that. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them special backgrounds. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bust it out because it's a special day, bro. You text me, you was like, yo, 35K. You know what I'm saying? Celebrations in that. Road to 50K. Come on, people.
100%. Yeah,
Sub
man,
up
listen.
the thing, like up the thing. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what's going on, man.
100%. It's mad. You know, big up everyone. Tom Miz is in the building. He's in the studio, actually. I can see him. Oh, PID's in the building. Big up PID every time. One of my favorite channel members. Smash up the likes, people, for the relief that our Egyptian king will be back soon. Yeah, man, we're going to speak about the Mohamed Salah situation. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Afternoon, Grizz, Colonel, Bilal, and all in the chat. Daza, if you're about, pop in, man. Pop in. Where else? Big up the Colonel. Yeah, man. Collins in the building.
time, man.
Colonel looking mean. Okay. Colonel looking mean. Zuberi looking good. Okay. He's getting a lot of
Look at the contrast.
Me and Bilal were cussing him and he's getting bigged up. Okay. Is that how you look getting on?
Yeah, man.
Saeed,
No.
Saeed remixing its curtains for you and the writings on the wall. Wasn't he a teacher? If true, no wonder our education system is a mess. Say no more. Say no more.
English
Say
language
no more.
school.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Congratulations, big man. Yeah, man. Big up PID. Big up all of you people in the chat. We see you people in the studio as well. Have your points, questions, concise, ready to go. Of course, you know, we've got about 5-6 people waiting to come in already. You already know the rules. Channel members, new callers get priority. Please don't get offended if you have to wait. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? We're going to set the show up and then we're going to get into a big up, Grizz. Congratulations. Thank you very much. We're going to talk about this, man. We're going to talk about his thoughts on the former City CEO resigning and going to
Relegation.
No, but Bilal, do you know what I find intriguing about this? Yeah, of course, there's so much intriguing stuff about this, and we're going to bring up a few of the journalists, what they made of it, and what they've told us so far about it. And he says, I think there's something fishy going on. City knows something we don't. What I find a little bit intriguing, and someone let me know if I'm on the wrong trail, but he's not out of contract. He's resigning from probably the best club in the world right now, footballing side, right?
Mm-hmm.
What for? If the
Hey,
project
I don't
that
want to nitpick Grizz, but you said two different things thus far, so I want to just make sure. Is it the CEO or the CFO? Because they're two different people.
I never said CFO.
Basically, I think he's like second below just that Tiki guy. So Tiki's the main don, and he's just a tier below.
Let's bring up
yeah.
Go on.
I read that he's like he's responsible for all of the talent IDs kind of stuff.
See, man say he's the COO. That's even a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that. But let's read it.
So you have CEO, which is I think Chief Executive.
He's head of footballing operations, man. Chief Operations Officer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Elvis told us. Elvis is in the building. Big up Elvis every time. Elvis is telling us he's the Chief Operations. Can you read that? Yeah. Shall I zoom in? Is that better? Because I'm on a different page. Can we see that?
I'll get the Ornstein article as well, just so.
I'll get that as well. So understand, Man City are sad to see Omar Barada leave. They view him as top professional. Blah blah blah. Sources close to Man City as a City view Barada's exit as a compliment. They see the club as miles ahead of Man United when judged by every metric, including squad methodology, coaching, and trading. The fact that Barada was approached by Ineos, who are looking for best-in-class appointments, come as no surprise to Man City. Are you not following this and reading this? The departures of Scott Munn to Spurs and Jason Wilcox to Southampton were also viewed as compliments, and like Barada, saw each move to a more senior role. Man City have a strong and stable management structure, even with Barada leaving. Khaldoon Mubarak as chairman is leading the club. Director of football is Bergestein. Then reports into Soriano, who's the MD of City Football Group, whilst the vastly experienced Brian Marwood, City Football, blah, 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 is MD of Global Football. Okay. Barada's exact start date is yet to be confirmed. What do you make of that, man? Man City, are they just doing are they saying what everyone would normally say in that situation? Like, yeah, it's calm, it's cool, he can do what he wants, we're not bothered.
It's like you're ugly anyways sort of comment, man.
You're ugly anyway, we didn't need you anyway, we were done with you.
Yeah,
or how are you looking at it?
Yeah, it is interesting in terms of like this. What's his name? Barada. Yeah, so I read he was at Barcelona as well, and apparently at Barcelona he did the financial side of things in terms of like running the business sort of stuff. And at Man City, he's been more responsible for actually like player recruitment, academy stuff like that. So like he's got Man United are looking at it saying this guy's got a lot of experience in both of these fields where he can do the business side of stuff, but also he can help out with the football side of things as well. So on paper, it's a really, really good appointment from Man United. Obviously, getting someone from Man City. I saw one Man City journalist also say that everyone thought he's going to replace Tiki Bernstein, whatever his name is, when he leaves, right? So everyone thought he's going to be the one next up to fully take control of like director of football position. And obviously Man City now have lost someone who they didn't expect to lose. So it doesn't matter how they try to dress it up, they didn't expect to lose this guy.
Yeah,
And
no
he's
way.
decided
No
to
way.
go to Man United. Yeah.
They can't say
Just-
that, can they, Zuberi? They can't say, "Oh, we knew this was going to happen," or they can say it was a matter of time because we got the big dogs all in place. We're doing the best job around. Well, we're going to see if they've done a brilliant job or if what kind of job they've done in the next couple of years in the hearings. But this is a blow if you're Man City, Zuberi.
Not necessarily. Depends on how we look at it, because we always compare City to like a machine. And when you have a machine and it's well lubed and it's been running well for a couple of years, you start get these little wear and tear on these little moving pieces, and some of them can fall off and the machine will still go. So when the machine start losing its pieces like this, you just have to kind of look to say, is this a vital piece to that machine? Is the machine going to crumble without this? And based on the way that men are talking, bro, mine could just be a loose screw, fam. And this could be the loose screw that go over the City and United and cause them a flat tire. Or is it a vital component that's been missing from Man United old machine? You know, some old machine, you just need one little tweak for it to run again. And Man U's been struggling to find whether it's the, Ralph Ragnick kind of guy, or they're trying to shift so many different pieces at United. This could be the piece that they was really looking for. Where City, this could just be another piece that's, replaceable. They're not even worrying about it.
So this is
it's interesting to see how to play out.
100%. Daniel says our CEO is Ferran Soriano, and I don't know how true this is, but M. Shah says he was supposed to take over the CEO role at City in the future. So they had him lined up. Now, we don't know if that's true. If you've read that as well, Bilal, let me know. Or if anyone else knows if anyone has read that. If that's the case, I'd say that's a blow.
Yeah,
because if you got someone, if you're grooming someone to be that role, the main role, that's a blow, right? How do you dress it up, Bilal?
Yeah, 100%. And also, I have managed to get the article up from Ornstein, so you can even go through it just a little bit. If you guys can all see that, let me know. If you want me to zoom in, just let me know as well.
Just zoom in. Just zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in a little bit. Cool.
For me anyway, I'm old man, remember, my eyesight is not right there.
Yeah, so it says like obviously here they put off a big surprise, blah blah blah, and United have obviously been looking for someone to do this. So it seemed like it was led by Ineos for the most part, and even the way Ornstein wrote this says he was pursued and identified by Ineos, but obviously they had to co-sign it with the Glazers, and that's become a joint decision. So obviously they're the Glazers just having to get their names involved, but really and truly, Jim Ratcliffe now, you can see he's taken over Manchester United, and he's the one really making the football decisions, which I think is fair enough, especially with the Glazers, what they've done over the last 10 years or so, even longer with Manchester United. Also, if you come down a little bit here, obviously Man City have said their farewells, giving him their best wishes, etc.
Yeah, I see
but also
that.
But what I found really interesting about this, it said like Berarda's he had a lot of approaches actually in the past. So he actually had a approach last year, if you guys can see here, for in chief executive role at Premier League club, also MLS teams and a major NFL franchise. So he rejected all of those roles. So he decided to stay at City then, but only now has he decided to go to Manchester United, taking their offer all of a sudden. So he could have left last year. He could have left a couple months ago. But
does it mention the teams? Does it mention the teams? No.
It doesn't mention the team exactly, but it does say one Premier League club. So he would have probably got a similar offer of being the CEO. Don't know if it's a Big Six club or if it's a team lower down. Maybe that plays a part in it.
Yeah,
obviously an MLS team. Yeah. MLS team maybe didn't fancy MLS. But a major NFL team, again, to be honest, right, there's one tweet from this guy, Berarda, and it's about from 2014. And he made an article saying, what's wrong with Manchester United and thinking how to fix it or something like that. So all the way back in 2014, this guy's looking at Manchester United.
He was on case. He was on case.
So maybe he's one of those guys. Just
let me ask you a question.
I was going to ask you a question, but go on. I'll ask you one back.
All right. So listen, and I'll use this analogy. If Klopp is planning his exit and groomed Pep Linders to take over as the next manager, and we all kind of knew that something like that was going on, And right at the end, Klopp goes, you know what? I don't want to leave anymore. But because Linda's had the idea of going from a second manager to a first manager, and he already identified, well, if Liverpool don't work out, I know exactly how to go and fix Newcastle, right? And then Pep Linders leaves Liverpool and go to Newcastle. As long as we have Klopp, we're still good, right? Because I think they still got the same CEO. So, like I said, I don't see it as a major blow. You know, I can see it as a compliment to the guy ready for that next step. But if this guy at City ain't ready to let him take the position,
I would see it as a blow, Colonel. I would see it as a blow. I tell you why. Because you know my philosophy. I don't believe in a one-man job, whether it's good or bad. So if Liverpool have done well, it's just not because of Klopp. I believe in his coaches. I believe in his right-hand man. I believe in his analytical team. And if the head of them is moving and going, it's still a blow. I may be able to recruit someone like that because the structure in place is so good. My recruitment, the whole club's recruitment and structure is so good. Like Man City are trying to paint the picture. It's calm. We've lost people before. You know, the people that they mentioned, gone to X, Y, Z, no problem. But if you're losing the best man, and he's apparently top dog, he was involved in the Haaland deal and a lot of deals. He's not very hands-on. Then I would be a little bit shook. I'm not saying they're messed. I'm saying I would be like, okay, that's a bit of a stinky one. There's a pretty big loss for City and a huge shock. Of course, I think everybody assumed he'd replace Tiki Bergenstein. There you go. This is Sam Lee. He's one of the reliable Man City people, journalists. So it was a shock, man. They can dress it up how they want, but I think it's time to get some callers in, man. People, the studio building up nicely. Sean, have I spoken to you before? Have you got a camera there? Anybody recognize Sean from before? You haven't got a camera there ready. Let me know if you got a camera there ready, just in case. If I've seen you before and I've spoken to you before, then you're fine without a camera. What's he saying? Yes, you have. All right, no problem. I'll risk it. Sean, you're first up. Then we have Tom Mizzy in the building. Then we have Ashley, Shane, Register Kev. They're the next 3 or 4 people that are going to be called up. But Sean, here we go. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How you doing, Grizz, man?
No, man, infiltrate the chat. Sean?
Yo, why you keep changing your name? Why are you doing these ones, man?
This guy. Mr. Five.
Guy.
Nah, Five, he said.
No, listen, man. I had to change my name from CNA, man. You know what I mean? It's
Why, man? What's going on? Is there too many people on your case? Is there too many people on your case for your footballing opinions?
People like you, Grizz, man. There's too many people that are still looking out for me, man. I've got to change that name.
God.
Next is going to be the Avi. Trust me, the next one's going to be the Avi. He's getting changed, man.
Okay. Well, you got Neto up there still. I mean, that's that for me as a Liverpool fan, that would piss me off straight away.
Honestly, from far, I thought it was a Man City top. Then I realized it's a Liverpool top. Then I realized it's Pedro Neto in a Liverpool top. So like I've been bamboozled like 3 times in a row in like 10 seconds. So,
big up Pedro Neto, man. Big up.
See what I'm saying? Are you a Pedro Neto fan or are you a Liverpool fan? This is why.
Oh, I'm a Liverpool fan.
No. I'm not having that, man. I'm not having that. But what are you saying?
Listen, I'm good, man. That was a very good conversation. I enjoyed listening to it. Yeah, Man City. I don't know the ins and outs of their case because I'm not one person that's gonna read up onto it. But whenever I do try to do a bit of research about it, the more and more I read about it, the more and more it's looking like this is gonna be the end game for Man City. I don't know when. I don't know when is Pep Guardiola going or whenever he's staying or I don't know how long these players have or I don't know how long the City group intend to own the club. But I think after this Pep Guardiola era, if the Premier League Richard
is he gone?
No, yeah, they cease and desist his statement, fam.
Man City on him, man.
Yeah, the one plug up.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Is the internet cut me out, man?
Okay.
Man City will let you speak. All right, cool.
Yeah. Hey,
Man
people are
City got my
saying,
internet out.
people are saying you're looking to grass at Man City. People saying HMC caught you, bro. They're saying you're getting that.
Man City really out here, man. These man caught my internet quick.
I'm telling you, they silenced you, bro. They not only silenced the judges that are gonna be making the decision. You can
100%.
change your
What are you
name.
gonna say?
You can
Now-
change
Were
your
you
name,
gonna
but you
say some Alex Ferguson thing with Man United? You think they're gonna fall off like that, or it's just gonna be gradual? Because I think it'll be gradual. I don't think it'll be like a steep fall off.
You know what it is, Zubair? I think it depends on what the charge, what the FA and the Premier League can prove. Because what I've been hearing is the Premier League, they don't want the individual regulator or the government regulator to come in. Because if they come in, that means that the government now will have say over what happens in the Premier League. That means that they get a share of the money, and that means that they become the governing body for the Premier League, and then that means money out of the pockets for the Premier League, money out of the pockets out of the 20 teams of the Premier League, and then that that always has a trip. Affects everybody. So I think it depends on what type of punishment they get. If they can actually prove the violation charge, which I've talked to a couple of people for the last couple of weeks about, they could get relegated. That's how serious the situation is. And anyhow, they can prove the conspiracy charges, meaning that they can prove the money that they laundered, from other places, and they can prove league integrity, or the integrity of the league was in question because they signed players due to money that they didn't have coming from sponsorship deals that they shouldn't have got. They could have their league stripped. I don't know if that means that the second place teams get it, because I don't know how that would work. But it could get really, really, really techy for Man City. But obviously, I don't expect it to be done now. I think the Premier League now need to start focusing on Everton, Nottingham Forest. I think they need to tie up those type of loose ends so that they can sit there and say, okay, we've dealt with Everton in this way, Nottingham Forest in this way for only 1 or 2 charges. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the profitability and sustainability rules that came in last year as well. So, wow. Listen, I need Man City out of this league, man. I need them out of this league, and it's.
Ultimately, we can speak about all the charges and the legalities and whether they done this and whether they done that. I think most fans just want them out.
Yeah, 100, bro.
Basically, because if you add money and power to the best coach, in my opinion, in ever, like I put him up there as one of the best coaches of all time, then it's a juggernaut. You can't mess with them. But look, a couple of things before we keep it moving. I don't even know what to call you, man. I'm just gonna call you Neto, man. Just until you know what I mean, tell us your real name and your real Abby, man. But yeah, Neto, listen. Oh yeah, Kall Neto's army you was once time as well. Now it's all coming back now. Lord have mercy on you, man. But
One day, man, show your face, man. We need to know.
Man,
send us something on our DMs, man, so we know who it is.
You know what I mean? Recognize. Do you know what it
is?
We
won't tell the police. Don't worry.
So everyone, or most, if you haven't seen it, the interview on TalkSport, which was done by a former, was he an advisor to Man City? I don't know if you can hook that up, see if you can find out. I think he was a financial advisor to Man City. And what people are getting mixed with, and obviously people just took the headline where he said, bro, Man City will be relegated. But then they forgot to add the part, if it's proven, even some of those charges, because them charges are so heavy that they will be, there's no points, blah, 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 they will be relegated. But what everyone forgot, and what did people, that's the one, Stefan. There we go. Stefan was a financial advisor from 2000 to 2008. He never worked for the City Football Group, but he was the financial advisor before that. What they forgot to add was where he said, it's nigh on impossible. It will be, nigh on impossible to prove some of those high-level allegations, because you're going to have to prove that the whole network was corrupt. Because in order for them to do some of the stuff that they've done, it's not one-man job. It's a whole network of corruption. And he goes, when you're trying to prove that, it's not beyond reasonable doubt, it's nigh on impossible Zuberi, I don't know if you got any thoughts on that, man, in that kind of situation, because they can get done for. I think they're gonna get, a slap on the wrist, this and that business. Because this man was saying, Man City, if they get proven, they're finished, but they will never be finished because the charges are nigh on impossible to prove with a
No,
reasonable doubt.
you know what it is, Grizz. I'm one of them guys that I'll leave things to like the universe because like it'll find a way to correct itself. So they came in. We saw the way they came in. A lot of people like results instantaneously, but with the magnitude of this, how many teams got relegated in this manner in the past 30 years in the Premier League era? So City being the first one, you don't want these men going down on a hearsay and then bouncing back. If you're gonna put down a guy like a giant like this, you have to put it down in a manner where he can't really come back. So, I don't know the ins and out of the entire conspiracy, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if they do pin him, and let's say 5 to 10 years from now, they would have been the first entity. It'll be a big embarrassment, man. So outside of City, think about the Prem, the business side of things. It's not just Batman and all is forgiven. Like even a Chelsea thing, I'm still up in arms about that, the way they took Chelsea off the owner illegally. But all these things, man, it's a monumental thing. It's not just ban them for one season thing. Like, you're talking about a livelihood at stake. You're talking about they're owned by one of the richest people on earth. Are they going to force them to sell the club? They forced the Russian guy, so surely they can force these men. So, but then the league would have to.
The Russian is an easy target, to be honest.
It was a much easier target.
The Russian situation was governments involved in 100%. Terms of world wars. This is just a financial. This is a financial.
It's a money thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we want to lose the money City generates? Because let's be honest, bro.
It's nigh
in the past 10 years, you've seen more City tops than Man United tops, and that's a shout. Ooh. That's a shout. The Arsenal, one thing I can't tell the last time I seen an Arsenal top.
No, leave him alone, man.
Where do you live, bro? Come on, man.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Nah, I'm taking a piss. I'm taking a piss.
You see Arsenal every man. We got my American Gooners, man. They global, man.
but Neto, before you go, away from that, man, talk to me. Liverpool tomorrow, confident?
Yeah, listen, I'm always confident in Liverpool now.
What?
Of course, man.
What?
You see, Grizz, this is why I changed myself, innit? This is why I changed.
Oh, you changed man, are you?
Yeah, I changed man. Listen, man.
Okay. You know what Grizz has been saying these days recently? Sometimes listen to me, always. Yeah. Sometimes listen to me, always.
that was a big saying, man. But listen. I have to be confident in it. Look at the team look at the way we're playing. Most clean sheets in the Premier League this season, if I'm not mistaken. Least goals in the Premier League. I think third most goals in the Premier League behind Newcastle and Man City. Why shouldn't I be confident? I know we have a couple of players out. Trent out with an injury. We've already been missing Robertson for 2.5 months, so I'm not even counting that as an injury anymore. Thiago hasn't played 1 minute of football, so I can't even count that. I don't think Bajcetic starts for us when we're all fit. Tsimikas has been very good, but but I think Gomez, in my opinion, has been better when he played left back than Tsimikas this season. The only real issue is Trent Salah, maybe Dominic Szoboszlai, but I think Harvey Elliott since December has been probably more effective in that position. So why shouldn't I be confident? I think Jota's back. You can clearly see when he plays in the number 9. He brings a bit more swagger, confidence, and he brings a bit more of that Firmino role that we saw in the last couple of years. Not in terms of the dribbling and the ball control, but he just has that. What's that word? He has that. He fits that number 9 role between a Firmino and a Nunes. The only difference is he's more probably what would you call more ice cold in front of goal than Nunes. And yeah, listen, I'm confident. I think we'll win the game. I think another reason as to why I'm more confident is because I think Bouremouth have a couple of injury issues. Some of the attackers are out for AFCON, if I'm not mistaken. Semenyo's gone for Ghana, and who's the other player's name? That's gone for Mali, I think.
Otaro.
Oh, yeah,
Burkina
Otaro.
Faso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Burkina Faso. So, and Milos Kerkez, they're starting left back injured. A couple of players in the midfield out. So
Both
yeah,
teams will be missing a fair few players.
Yeah,
so
100%.
it'll be fun, interesting. But listen,
And listen,
big up
go
yourself.
5 points clear of Arsenal again. Bilal, I'm sorry, man. You're a top 4 race this season, brother. Top 4
No,
race.
we're not in a top 4 race. If I see a top 4 race, I'm fighting people, man. But listen, Sinistera and Solanke, they've got something for me tomorrow, so we will be there.
Man, keep watching, man.
Interesting. Sean, Kals, Neto, Ibrahim, all of that business, whoever you are, wherever you are, big up yourself, man. And speak
Big
soon.
up, brother.
Take care,
Speak
bro.
soon.
Man, like
Alright,
5.
Speak soon.
Take care, man.
Yeah, man. People are calling him all sorts, man. Ibrahim is a fraud, you know.
That's not even his name, man. We don't even know.
I don't even know, man, but big him up anyway, still, man. You know what I mean?
I call him 5 still because.
Fair enough. All right, listen to me. Elvis is in the building. He says, "Hey, Grizz, did you let Bilal know we beat that under 18 7-1?" Yeah, I let him know, bro, in the WhatsApp before we came live.
You let me know,
I
man.
said, yeah. I said, La Aksa is doing bits, bro. All you mans are bigging up. What you call them? What's your academy called?
Hail End, man.
Hail End, get out.
Listen, man, this year they're
7-1 today.
Kids football, man. Kids football. It's okay.
Kids football. Big up the people that are saying congratulations. Thank you very much, people. I love you, man. Obviously, it's impossible to do without you, man. So yeah, people, 300 of you guys in here, like. Yeah, press the like button. Just like.
And the subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe button. Yeah, hit that like button.
All of the buttons.
Do you guys find the timing though of this Man City? Don't you guys think like the charge is about to be heard next year? Isn't that a bit bait?
You said yeah, the date.
Obvious?
I don't know. It's one of them ones. See, with Man City, right? Let's be honest, right? Even a Man City fan, you got to be honest. They've got to be honest with us and be like, the squad they have now, the squad they've built over the past 10, 12 years, the amount of money they spent, it's not natural. They've not built themselves up naturally, right? There's no way anyone can deny that. That's all plain facts. What we can, what Man City have to prove is that they've just been doing things within the rules. So when they first invested money, right, all of these kind of rules, profit sustainability, FFP, they were just names like FFP, especially. Just like, I remember Wenger talking about FFP at that time back in the day when Man City were coming in, and it's like, yeah, it exists, but nobody's really enforcing this sort of stuff. So Man City got away with a lot of stuff. That's why Chelsea, when they first came up as well, Roman, were able to spend so much money without any consequences, and it was within the rules, despite how we will feel about it, because we know really and truly it's not natural. It's not. They've not done it properly. They've not built up a long history of winning titles or developing players and then becoming that big juggernaut clubs like Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal, etc. Being traditionally in English football. But then you look at Chelsea, Man City just coming in all of a sudden, just splashing the cash, doing all sorts. We all know it's not natural. What we can say with this case, though, right, and all these guys seemingly, it's squeaky bum time right now, maybe in the Man City boardroom, because they know, listen, at the end of the day, even if they think they're innocent and they think they're going to beat the charges, when you have 115 charges on your head, right, it doesn't matter if half of them you think are just nonsense and you think the other half we can fight them off. It's so much, it's so much on top of the club. So listen, this season, I'm sure they're not going to get in trouble at all. I'm pretty sure this is going to go past this season. Even if they win the Premier League, etc., it'll be fine for them. But I think for next season, right, we'll probably have a better idea of what's going to happen. And it's on the Premier League now. And I think the last caller made a great point about how the government, the independent regulator, now a bit more pressure on the Premier League to actually do something. Right, in the past, the Premier League, I think they've just looked at it like, who cares if Man City get a lot of money or Chelsea? At the end of the day, they're getting money as well. Right, so everyone's just eating. It doesn't really matter what happens. It doesn't matter if it's morally right, etc. But now with the government on their necks, right, a little bit, they're starting to sweep up the shop a little bit, and we can see now with Everton and Nottingham Forest, those are what we call the low-hanging fruits, right? They managed to just get these guys. Everton, who knows? To be honest, Everton might get another point deduction. Nottingham Forest, they might get a points deduction, and then once they've dealt with them, then they go for Man City. And I've even seen, apparently Chelsea might have a few cases as well. But Chelsea, to be fair, they've managed to sell pretty well, I think. So maybe in terms of profits and sustainability, they might be all right. And obviously Roman's already been kicked out, so they've already been dealt with in that way. But for Man City, it's a lot worse of a situation on paper. And listen, they might be proven innocent 100%. They might be proven innocent. The Premier League might even look at it and be like, listen, let's save face. Yeah, go on.
Do you know what the catch is? It's not about being proven innocent. They won't be able to prove them guilty.
Yeah, so that's all the lawyers have to do. That's all the lawyers have to do, exactly. They just don't have to be proven guilty. Even if they did wrongdoings, as long as they're not guilty on paper, they're fine. They'll keep on going into business. But as I said, all of us deep down know, Man City fans know, there's no playing about with this. We all know the way they've developed their club, the way they've managed to win all of these trophies. It's been done in an unnatural way and probably against all sporting merits, right? So we can say that with confidence. Whether they get found guilty or not, we'll have to wait and see. And listen, I think, to be honest, I've always said, I think the English game will be better without like a Man City. To be honest, with the situation we have with them, I think the game will be in a better place in England. And hopefully, with the new rules as well, with profit and sustainability, hopefully now we have clubs that are more responsible, maybe having to give more chances to their academy players, having to develop players at the same time, having to be smart in the transfer market, and then hopefully you have more of a competitive game. But with Man City, at the end of the day, it does feel like you've got, like even now, right? You got so many teams feel, and listen, they've raised the bar, and that could be a good thing. But at the end of the day, it just all feels a bit weird. It just doesn't feel natural. And at the end of the day, that's what is going to be left with the fans, and that's the feeling we're all going to have. But yeah, let's just wait and see what the government, the Premier League and FA do. And if they don't act up properly, listen, you never know. The government or something might decide, listen, let me step in like they did with Chelsea and really try and clean things up. But listen, let's wait and see.
I'm waiting for this. It seems if this fella ends up giving evidence against City and he's not there, I don't think they'll be able to run, because obviously he would have been involved in a lot of the scandal, and apparently his name's in all of the emails that have been leaked.
But to be fair, quickly on that one, like even Paratici at Tottenham, like he's in issues obviously with Juventus and the stuff that they've done, but still he's helping out Tottenham behind the scenes. And even for Man United, right, whether this guy gets in trouble or anything, it doesn't really bother them. At the end of the day, if he can come now, help Man United lay out some plans and help them in the next couple transfer windows, that's good enough for Manchester United. So for Man United, there's no risk really in taking this guy. If he's done something in the past with Man City and he ends up getting in trouble or being told he can't operate in football for X amount of years, then that's on him. But Man United will benefit right now from his knowledge and
expertise
for them. Yeah, exactly. 100%. They'll hope he'll do something for them.
Darwin, son of ITK Grizz Teta. What a name, man. I can never work out this name, what it means. Is he cussing me? Is he praising me? Is he on my side? Is he up? But big up. I sent in a super chat, so big up yourself. He's Arsenal. Be aware. LFC and MCFC. Congrats on 35k. Yeehaw. Okay, he's a fan. He's a good boy. Okay, just to quickly remind you of the order. It will make sense to me now. Tom Mizzy, Shane, Ashley, Thida, RSI. Tom Mizzy, Shane, Ashley, Thida, RSI. That's the order for now. Hope you guys remember that. People, over 300 of you guys in here. We've got so much to get through still. We've only just touched upon the Man City business. Where's the Chelsea people at? How you feeling? Where's the Arsenal people at? How you feeling? Man United, Liverpool, Man City, whoever you want to speak upon. Someone's just telling us, what's his name? Where's this man? Wow. Someone's just telling us, wow, Mike Maignan and his AC Milan teammates have walked off the pitch briefly following abuse directed at the goalkeeper from the stands. Oh. Madness if this is happening in 2024. Absolute madness. But nothing.
It's Italy though, isn't it? If it is happening. I haven't seen it, but if it has happened, I'm not surprised. That's all I'm going to say.
Nothing surprises me. Cop One Podcast is in the building. Big up yourself. He says, the government are on City's side. I believe quite a few people will say that. Big up Adams. He says, are you guys up to date with the craziness happening in the Milan game? We've just been told, bro. We've just been told. That's madness. And
man, Italy fix up, man. Honestly, I was even seeing this. There's this.
How do you fix something like up? That's a mentality
it's a society.
Of a people.
Yeah, it's a society problem. There's this video that's gone around the last few days, and if you guys type in like Rome and I don't know, fascist or something. And you've got a bunch of people, I think they're celebrating Mussolini, and they're just doing up like all these sort of salutes and all of this sort of stuff. It seems to be, it's a deep-rooted societal problem, and I don't know if it will ever change. But I like Mike Maignan. I've seen what he's done here. He's walked off the pitch from what I've seen, right? So obviously
100%.
just walked off. Yeah, that's a yes, and he shouldn't play in those conditions. So yeah, solidarity with him, and hopefully it changes one day. It might not, but if it doesn't change, hopefully players who are, you know, black or maybe not from Italy, like if you're from France or you're from England or Germany, etc., you just decide, listen, swerve it, because maybe that's the only way they'll learn, you know. So
Blue
it should
looks
have
like
the
you're new around
consequences.
here. Blue, you looks like you're new around here. Is it a Streamia link? Come on, bro. How many times do we say it? It's in the link. It's in the pin, sorry, in the chat. Let me put the banner up, man, to make it life easier. There you go. Link is pinned in the chat. Go and click on the link. If you've got good Wi-Fi and a camera, we're good to go. We're good to talk. All right, let's see what the next people want to speak about. Tarmizi, I believe I said is next. Let's welcome him to the show and stream. Tarmizi, hope you're doing very well, my bro. Salam.
Assalamu alaikum, akhi. Yeah, Bilal.
Walaikum salam, man. Walaikum salam, bro.
Colonel, it's been a while, a long time.
Yeah, man, it's been too long, man. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Of course,
can't lie,
you're probably busy. Knowing you're watching AFCON, you're watching the Asia Cup, you're watching, I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe you're watching the A-League as well. You know, I don't know, man. You watch.
No, actually, you spoke the Asian Cup. I've been following that tournament more than the AFCON.
Okay.
Reason is because I think AFCON is the time zone isn't that fitting with my
Fair enough.
with my country, with the region here, whatnot. I'm gonna touch upon a little bit, but you know, overall life in general is good. Alhamdulillah, blessed.
Good. Alhamdulillah, good.
I can't complain with the Prem right now. Number one, inshallah, we'll be there by the end of the season. I just want to spoke a little bit on your say, Grizz, on the Big Six about Anelka, and because you compare that with Isak, and there's another legend that reminded me just at the back of my head when you mentioned Anelka, and I just want to know how you rate Trezeguet, because they both were in that era as well. I think they were in the same national team, and the other legends like Thierry Henry has spoken how Trezeguet was deadly as well in the fox in the box that time when he was in Juventus and also for the France national team. But I think he was under the radar. I think it's because of how the other stars in the national team as well as the club, because you have the likes of Del Piero, Edgar Davids, and I know I'm bringing back the nostalgia.
No, we're here for that, bro. It's up to you what you want to bring back. And you've jogged my memory. You've got me thinking now, because I know I said, so basically, let me fill people in that maybe didn't watch it. So on the Big Six, we were talking about Isaac and comparisons, or we weren't really talking about comparisons. We were just talking Isaac, how good he is. You know, who does he remind you of? And me, obviously, being a bit of an old boy, I said, guys, he reminds me of Anelka a lot about Anelka. His body movements, his body swerves, his touch, the way he runs in and out, making space for himself. You know, he's a good dribbler. Anelka was a bad boy dribbler. You know, so I just compared him to Anelka. He doesn't remind me of Trezeguet, but Trezeguet was special in his own class. Like Trezeguet, I don't even know how to compare him to some modern day players. Like, I don't know what the rest of the panel or people in the chat think of Trezeguet, but Tarmizi, Trezeguet was, Anelka was quicker, I get that, but Trezeguet was, delicious footballer. Probably the best finisher, like, out of that batch. I don't know. That's a tough call. You got Henry in there, you got Anelka in there, but Trezeguet, maybe as just a goal poacher per se, he was not as good as Anelka and Henry in other aspects. No way. But as a goal operator, as a goal scorer, finisher, maybe he was better than the other two. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe before your time, Bilal?
A little bit, but I do remember Trezeguet. But as Tarmizi said, like, he always felt like he was always that second striker. if that makes sense, right? He never felt like he was always their main man. But obviously, his golden goal, whatever, for France, all of the stuff that he's done for Juve.
Boy, that record
But-
is ridiculous if that's true. Because
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
time when Juventus and Serie A was serious.
Exactly. It's one of them ones as well. Like with football now, if you compare strikers now, we've even talked about Ivan Toney. Right, Ivan Toney's come back. He scored that free kick, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Even me, I'm like, "Oh, he might be that guy because he's backed up his talk." But like, imagine a player like Trezeguet in this era. Like, how much money would he go for? I think it would be ridiculous, with these sort of players. But I don't know what it is with football. I don't know what's happened to the game, where it's obviously the systems, the 4-3-3, the Barcelona type of mentality that's happened, to a lot of clubs, and the individualism out of players has been taken out. Right, academy football as well. From day one, kids are going into academies straight away and being told to retain the ball, short passes, etc. Players like Trezeguet are hard to come by now, and I hope that changes. I really do hope that changes, because at the end of the day, these ball strikers, these people who know how to sniff out a goal, this is priceless in football. This is literally what I think a lot of teams are missing. So yeah, listen, with Trezeguet, you're the top player, legendary player as well. Weirdly enough, I play Football Manager too much, and when Tarmizi said Trezeguet, I remember yesterday I was playing Football Manager, and he ended up being a scout on the game. So let me know, anyone, what is he actually doing right now? What is Trezeguet doing right now? I want to know. Is he really a scout? Or is the game just playing with me? But yeah, as a player, top player, man, top player. And it's a shame now in the modern game, or the modern era of football, that there's not many strikers like this about at all.
Zuberi, you remember Trezeguet from your era as well, man. You're from my area.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm starting to look back at that football that we grew up with, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like some of it might be over the top still, because man showed me like less than 50% record and telling me like, yo, no, that's serious still, and we've come to actually seeing more serious strikers than them, man, bro, and haven't given these guys the plaudits because they still actually playing. Like when you look at conversion rate, you're telling me man played over 200 and something games. He only scored like 138 games, bro. That's less than 50%, bro. It's less than 50%. How many hat tricks did he get into that? So what's my conversion rate like during games? So I'm not trying to diss him or nothing. I'm just saying.
Oh, you are. You are.
No. What I'm trying to
1 and 2 has always been looked at as solid. Though,
it's a
for
ridiculous.
striker.
I was going to let him. I was going to let him finish.
You might get intrigued.
I'm with you. I was going to let him finish.
Nah, you might get intrigued because watch what I'm taking.
Get your facts and stats right, because he's coming for your guy Trezeguet. So we already know. Anyway,
what I'm trying to say is, you see Isak overgas. Isak is actually an overgas. Okay. Yeah. So when you're gonna compare an overgas man to a man that you rate very highly, then you don't rate that man very highly. Then man telling me Nunes is gonna be world class, and Nunes ain't even sniffing Giroud. Like, what are we really talking about here?
Okay, I think Baby's come on the scene. Tell him to tell Pops to like hush up a little bit. But I see, Tarmizi, I know where Zuberi's going with that. I like the way he switched that up. So I think where he was going with this, because we cornered him. I think me and Bilal were about to corner him. So how he switched it up was, if you're comparing the strikers of today with the strikers of yesterday, that means you're not rating them that highly. And I agree with him. Like, Isak to Trezeguet or Isak to Anelka, I'm no way saying Isak is as good as them. I was just talking about stylistically.
Yeah.
But is there we had this conversation on the Big Six. Is the quality there these days? Is the strikers, are there really any world-class strikers apart from, we know, Kane, Haaland, and of course Messi, Ronaldo? Where's the world-class strikers at? People talking Osimhen, people talking, I don't know, name me some, Vlahovic, people talking all these guys. Are they world-class?
Yeah, I think there was another stream that was giving my thoughts on it. Is that these days I think teams came up with system, like very coveted with system, so much so that you rarely see that clutch from the forwards, especially. Right now, wingers are more giving the GA and whatever output that they can contribute. and that covered so much with the forwards. Even now, forwards are having to get assigned by the coaches to track back, and it's different nowadays. So I think you guys covered this as well. The big six is football's different nowadays. So I think that's one of the factors that might play into that the change that we see, the evolution. So the quality is there. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just that they haven't shown pretty much. It's because the coaches tell them to do otherwise, which is to be more of a team based rather than do your own. Take the scruff by the neck and just kill the game off with your ability. So I think it's more of that reasoning that you rarely see in strikers nowadays. But I think the quality is there. It's just that football now it's different with tactical instructions and special orders for in certain positions. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it.
This is a question from Daz. That is, what is world class these days? How do you evaluate? How do you, like, we reel off the names? Like, how many did we just name? Or we're talking about Del Piero, Trezeguet, Anelka.
Yep, Henry. Yep,
Henry. We're talking elite of elite, and we were Totti.
Shevchenko, all of these players, right?
But now we struggle after the first few. Where are we going with that? Like,
there isn't much, Crespo. Yeah, apart from like right now in football, if you tell me who's world class, like guaranteed striker, I'll just
who's
say
guaranteed world class?
Kane and Haaland. That's it. I wouldn't say anyone else is of that level.
Haaland?
And that's
I'm seriously struggling to name anyone else, guys.
After that, it's finished.
Let us know as well. Like, we can big up Kolo Muani, we can big up Osimhen, Boniface, we can big up Openda.
Yeah.
We can say what? Just because they've had one season max cup seasons?
Yeah.
Are they the levels that we're talking about, the names that we've just mentioned? Someone said Griezmann, but again, Griezmann's old school. Benzema's old school. I'm talking about who's the next batch. Lua, you're mentioning guys that are just literally on like last season jobs.
They're literally last generation players that are still managing to keep on going.
The names that we've mentioned now, guys, me and Bilal and Mark Thomas, the names we just mentioned now, they're on Montella levels. Do you remember Vincenzo Montella? You're talking those levels,
Roma.
That's not a cuss. What I'm saying, they're the levels that these guys are at right now. So much, and I think I don't know if it's a quality thing, Tamizi. I don't know if it's a system thing, like you said. Like, coaches give so much more or want so much different from their attackers. Maybe, I don't know, man, but it's an interesting one. Mateta. I mean, that Crystal Palace attack, man. If you conceded to Crystal Palace today,
it would have been embarrassing, man. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
But football is in a weird spot, man.
I mean, look, people are saying Endrick, the generation, better hope that Endrick is the real deal. Endrick, the superstar kid that's just...
I just see pictures of him. I've not seen him play football yet. I just see him with suitcases and just sitting down. Like, he's an Instagram model at this point, honestly. I've not seen no football from him, but we'll have to wait and see again on that one.
Tamizi, you're the man for when it comes to the Asia Cup, and you've been telling me, look out for this player, look out for this player. Give us someone to look out for, because I remember you telling us in the World Cup to look out for some players, man, and it came to fruition, man, from the Asian world of football. So give us a name. I tell you what, give me a centre back, because I want a centre back for Liverpool. And give Bilal a forward or a striker, because he needs a forward and a striker to look out for, that we should be going for.
Yeah. Straight away, the two names that came in my mind is from Japan, the huge favorites to win, although they lost to Iraq, which I will touch upon shortly, because there's another young prospect who plays on the left wing for Iraq. But the names that you'd like, I've already addressed this in my super chat last time. It was Ko Itakura, who played for Mönchengladbach. I think Fabrizio tweeted last week about it, so I don't know whether there's a movement around, but I look at his brother, he reminds me of an old school. Just a reminder, not to be exact or the same par. Puyol-esque Sergio Ramos. Never afraid to get to block the shots. You know what I mean? Those kind of defender, very ragged, relish physical challenges, and I think he's 26 right now. So his height, if I'm not mistaken, is the same as Joe Gomez.
I was going to say, I'm always interested. One of the first questions I ask is how tall he is. Because Premier League, like is shown with the brother at Man United, doesn't matter how good you are, you will be caught out. Lissandro Martin as well. Yeah, I know, you need. So obviously, Bilal's bringing up this guy. Oh, sorry, carry on. Tell us.
Yeah. So he's been solid for at the back line for Japan and for Bundesliga as well. He's been good, showing some glimpses that some clubs have been scouting on him. It remains to be seen where his career path will be probably in the next season. But I think Spurs are courting him as well because Big Ange is no stranger to Japanese football market because back in Celtic, the likes of some Japanese brethren like Hatate, Furuhashi, even the star striker for Japan, Maeda, is in the team, so he knows really much. So it remains to be seen where he will be next. But in terms of style of play, he is that, like I said, no nonsense, very tidy on the ball, keep it simple. I don't know if he can bring the ball like Joel Matip, but first things first is defending, like your Carragher type. So that's what I see in his way of playing. In terms of forward,
so that's Itakura for Liverpool people. Keep an eye on Neymar. We should be looking at him. Shane's asking, does he really have a release clause of 13 to 15 million this summer? I'd expect that. Ash says his age is the reason we wouldn't go for him. 26 is good, man. 26 is fine.
For 13 million, 13.50, that's a bargain. If he obviously plays for Gladbach already, at a good level, someone to just fill in the squad, third choice, fourth choice.
So that's
could he do a job at fullback probably?
Not at 6. Yeah, he could probably if he's 6.
You never know. As in, like someone who can just be a rotational piece in the team. So
that's Liverpool sorted according to Tamizi. Can we sort out this team, please? They need a striker.
I need someone who's going to score me 25 goals a season, please.
I don't know if Bilal have heard him before. He plays for the Eredivisie for Feyenoord. Ueda. He came on the bench against Vietnam and scored the goal. This forward right there, he is very lively, trying to link up play and trying to get run from behind. He tried to switch his trying to get defenders guessing. That's what he reminded me of in terms of being more of giving the second guess to the back line. Never give a breather. A bit of Darwin Núñez, a bit of chaos in that sorts. But he's more composed, I would say. And I think I don't know about his GA in the Dutch league, but I think is contributing alongside Bakayoko as well, which we also have been linked with Liverpool. But I think he hasn't started because Japan has been heavily relying on an established forwards like even Taki at times. Shout out to him. Scored 2 goals on the first game. More of a fluidity rather than that out and out number 9. But when he came on, he's one of them ones that the defenders should be watch and try to be alert, if you know what I'm saying. So that's my answers.
Well, there you go. And so Feyenoord have got this brother on the left. You're saying they got Bakayoko, who's very strongly linked to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Who's the striker?
No, they've got that
The one who scored
Santiago
the most goals,
Jimenez.
Santiago Jimenez.
Santiago Jimenez,
yeah,
that's the guy.
Mexican, yeah.
And he's very highly thought of as well. So you're saying Feyenoord is the place to go shopping? Because let me tell you something. They've got midfielders that are catching the eye of so many players, including Liverpool, so many teams. They've got fullbacks in and centre backs that are catching the eye of so many teams as well. So looks like they've got quite a few players on a lot of clubs' radars, man. They must be doing very well. Obviously, it's coincided with Ajax's downfall. Yeah, I didn't have to say his name. Wi-Fi, Yanko, the centre back.
Yeah, the centre back,
there's another one. How you spell his name? Gershide. Good. Oh, come on, why are you laughing? You're supposed to be helping me. You're laughing me. Yeah. Ger something. I don't know how you say his name.
Gertrude. I don't know how to say it myself.
That's it. Yeah. Someone's gonna say it any second in the thing, any second in the chat, and then I'm gonna.
Yeah, Dutch football's not bad, man. We played PSV twice. Even last season we played them. The Bakayoko for PSV looked good against us. Talks of him. I think it was even linked to Man United.
There you go. That's one of them. There you go.
Gertrude. Yeah.
So
listen, the Dutch league's always a decent league, man.
100%.
It's hit and miss though. It's one of those leagues. Like if it bangs, it bangs. But if it doesn't bang, yeah, it's one of those. So you need to cap your spend. I think on the Eredivisie, maybe like 30, 35, 40 million max. Go over that sort of budget, then you might be asking for some trouble. But it's a good league to pick out talent, man, for sure.
100%. Tom Izzy, thank you very much for picking out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Blessed.
Nice chat with you as always.
Just want to say congratulations on the milestone. And Aki, Grizz, we'll catch up. We'll speak soon.
Inshallah, man. Inshallah, thank you very much, man. You're one of the real ones, man, from the start. So, man, it's a small milestone for many, but for me, it's huge, man. Because I literally do this as like just a little side little job. I don't even do much content. Literally, don't like 1 or 2 streams a week if we're lucky, you know what I mean, or unlucky. But I appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you very much for joining in, Tom Izzy, and inshallah, definitely, man, keep in touch.
Inshallah.
And we can link up very soon, my bro.
Speak soon.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Yeah, man. Salam, bro.
Yeah, man. Salam. So yeah, man. Final doing bits. Obviously, Ajax with our fantastic signing.
I can't believe it. Do you see what they said? Jordan Henderson is the most shirt sales they've ever had from a transfer in recent times, something like that. I don't know.
Respect my captain, please. Respect my.
But they're starving, man. Big Ajax, man. How many great players do you guys have?
Respect my captain, please, Bill out.
I've always defended Henderson, but when he's getting them gas like that, I know they're starving, man.
100%. Now, big up Tom Izzy, man. Brilliant caller. Okay, hopefully you guys remember the order. If you haven't, was it Shane, Ash, Thida, and RSI? Was that the order?
Yeah, I remember Shane was.
Wasn't it?
Next
I think that was the order. And the others, I can see you, but if I start naming everyone, then it's going to be too confusing. So that's the next 3 or 4. Great call. Yeah, man, 100%. Tom Izzy is a legend, 100%. Big Benz is in the building. Says smash the likes, people, man. Do as Big Ben says, man. This is the original Big Benz, Benzema. You know, Kareem, the dream, Benzema is in our chat. So you got to do what he says, people. Shane's in the building. Let's get Shane in the building. I don't know what Kern was off to, but he's there or he's not. We'll see if he comes back. Shane, how you doing, pal?
Good, man. How are you?
We're good, man. I'm good.
Welcome, man.
Not been watching. I'm not gonna say I've been watching too much of the AFCON or the Asian games. I don't know. Bilal's more hardcore than me. He may have been just waiting for Liverpool, man. That's me, bro. How about you? How's things?
Yeah, things are good. Definitely just waiting for Liverpool. Feels weird not being able to watch them with these little winter breaks we get. So, but wanted to first congrats on the 35K. Big deal. Moving on. Hopefully 50 up next, right?
With your love and support, anything is possible.
Of course. I wanted to talk about 2 things, and they've already been brought up, but the city stuff, because I think that's been big in the news, and then the world-class shouts. You guys have been talking about on Big Six and everything, and then I have like one question at the end that I want to pose to you guys. I think is a good question. So quick on the city thing, like I don't think their CEO or COO, whatever he is, moving is a big deal just yet. If you start seeing some other people jumping ship, then I think, maybe something. But that case is interesting, man. Like, I don't think people realize the magnitude that that's going to have across the Premier League once the decision, whatever that is, whether they're guilty or not. And even if like they're only found guilty on a few charges, the magnitude for that is going to be massive, because they're essentially being accused that it's just fraud. Their whole entire time they've been there is just fraud since 2009 to 18. And it's completely different from the Cass case. And a lot of people with Stefan gave his interview on TalkSport. A lot of that was taken out of context, I think, after watching it. This idea that anyone has any idea what's going to happen, they're just wafflers, quite frankly. And listening to Stefan talk, he basically forms his opinion on the Cass case slightly, and this assumption that it's too big to prove. There's you would have to prove fraud on a massive scale. But realistically, I mean, that potentially could be true. But at the same time, look at other major fraud cases throughout the world that's occurred, like Enron, other stuff. Or look at the U.S. government, right? They can't pass an audit check for their $6 billion that goes missing every year. So to say that it's too massive to prove, I think is kind of, I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. But I think the magnitude of that case is just, it'll open up so many things. Because if City are found guilty on a few charges and they're let go lightly, I mean, it could really ruin the structure of the Premier League. And stuff like the Super League coming in can look more favorable, especially if they promote, fair, equal rules applied across all. Because already the main narrative is City fans feel they're innocent. Everyone else thinks City's guilty. So it's going to be an interesting case, I think. But,
oh yeah, for sure. Interesting is the least. It's going to be mad. This is possibly, we're on the brink of. I'm trying to think of a bigger case in world football. Like the Italian cases with the Italian teams were slightly different, where it was bad, it was crazy. Of course it was, like bribing the referees is
right, yeah.
Fixing, threatening the referee, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Juve got punished. It's not like they didn't get punished, they got punished fairly, and they came back up. And ever since, again, now obviously it's resurfaced again, but for the most part they've.
But what I'm saying, Bilal, is that kind of situation, or that kind of circumstances, and the accusations levied at them was, even though they were crazy, they were fairly easy, I'd think. And I'm not learned enough at all. So this is just a couple of guys having a chat, right? I'm assuming, unless Shane, you're a professional lawyer in sports.
I don't know anything about
it. This is Wenger's villain arc, by the way, Marseille.
Well, fill us, that's my brother Bilal. Bilal, fill us in with the details in one of your Bilalographs that you do. But the issue and the case, what we're talking about, Juve and bribing, even though it's crazy drastic, would you say that's easy to prove? It's yes or no, they bribed them or they didn't, if you know what I mean. Whereas when it's the charges that are levied up against City, how do you prove this? I don't know. Do you get where I'm going with that? Like, in a murder case, you killed him or you didn't kill them, right?
You got to have cooperation from City. I mean, you need financial documents, you need emails, you need all this stuff that they've already shown that they've stifled the investigation all the way along the way with the Cass one and now the PL one. Not many people know, but in 21 they lost a case in some type of England courts where they basically wanted to kill the investigation, saying there was no grounds for it and they wanted nothing made public. And the courts basically said, no, there's definitely grounds for a case. And it
was a timeout. Basically, the previous case, the previous drama they were involved in wasn't a lot. And I have a conversation with City people. It's like you wasn't found innocent. It wasn't like not guilty. It was just timed out. There was a time limit on when it could be brought to a head, and it was time. The case was
that you're talking about the Cass one, right, with the UEFA.
Yeah,
that one. No, in 21, this is the PL case.
Okay.
They tried to kill the PL investigation, and UK courts, whatever kind of courts it was, said no, it can be made public and the case can go on. And that was kind of like slyly just released out there and wasn't really made a big deal of. But anyways, flip into the world class stuff, watching, like Big Six and everything, and Turkish talking about, is the quality of players really there nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree that there's way more systems that kids are kind of brought up now, and coaches play more systems. You don't really have certain players who are just like, they're going to take over a game and, they're the ones. However, I would also say that right now in world football, we're kind of in this weird transition where all the big stars in the past decade are all on the tail end. And so now when we look at all the players we want, like Saka, for example, right? The star boy of Arsenal, you get, last season world-class shouts, right? Realistically, how old is Saka? What, 21, 22?
Yeah, 22, I think now. It must be 22, surely.
Like in the
I guess
chat,
it might be
people are-
21, I'll check.
yeah. So people in the
Guys,
chat
yeah.
are, someone said Endrick, right?
22.
Oh, Endrick's gonna, yeah. Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, they're all super, super young, and no one's really given, like, their careers have to have a time, you know what I mean? Like, to really develop, to show that they're world class. People can have world class seasons,
Mhm.
but that doesn't actually make them world class. I think world class, there's just so many multitude of things you have to take in consideration. And I agree with you on the Big
Tell us
Six.
some.
You said
Tell us some. Exactly. 'Cause
longevity.
I've got my own criteria, but tell us what you think.
I think longevity definitely is one, like you said, in the Big Six. You can have world class seasons and tear it up, but that doesn't mean overall you're world class. Longevity and availability. That's the word I'm looking for. Availability. Basically, the ability to take over a game and really affect it on your own. I think that's a massive part. Also, I would say consistent output. I think that's, like Mo Salah, obviously he's consistently putting up every year 20 plus goals in all competitions, right? So I think those are just a few. But I mean, I don't know, you can debate all day on what are the attributes of a world-class player. I think overall you have to be one of the top players in your career in that position where you would get into any team with no questions.
It is. The world class debate is so, so subjective, isn't it? It is what it is. It turns into, we try not to make it, but how do you base it on numbers and stats? Then if you don't base it on subjectivity, so if it's not subjective, then it has to be based on hardcore stats, which people don't like doing because
No.
you can, you can't just rely on numbers.
Yeah.
There's an eye test, there's a game situation, the team that you play for, everything, all of these kind of things sort of get into the debate, right?
I also think social media kills it because you put up one comp of, a striker like Osimhen in Serie A, right? Put up one comp of him. Played really well last year, struggling a little bit this year with injuries, still playing good, but I wouldn't consider him world class because he did it 1 year. But people will shout that, and then everyone wants to go pay $100 million for him. When, if there was social media back in the day, I think there's different conversations to be had because social media just kills things when it comes to stuff like that. Because you find, a guy doing something good for just a little bit about a time and they're amazing, but then you can find one or two mistakes and it's like they're the worst thing ever. So I think that's an issue. I also think tribalism has gotten really, really bad. Like Huey, for example, on the Big Six, saying John Stones is world class. John Stones is a great player, but when he only played 20 games a season, how can you consider him world class? And his argument is just, well, he helped us win, the treble, so he's world class. Or Ederson, you know what I mean? He's a world class goalie. Well, it's like, well, look at Manuel Neuer. How can you compare the two? You know what I mean? So
It's true, man.
I don't
It's
know.
hard. It's hard. Like, people are agreeing with you, but don't forget respect from neutral fans. We'll always remember them in later years. Every fan does it. There's different Easter says, well, Edison World Class was mad. Yeah, that was mad. I didn't have that one. Bilal, your thoughts on this world class?
I
Because
think,
there's a few players in your team
yeah,
and squad. There's a lot of shouts from fan bases saying, he's world class. And
I don't know.
if we go through,
To be honest,
through your team,
if we go for our team,
who's actually
I've
world class?
world class in my head has always been like top 5 best player, because I think there's a difference between elite certified, and then world class. I'd always say top 5 players. So when I go through Arsenal's team and I say who's top 5 in their position, when I look at Saka, I can't really think of many better right wingers than him apart from like Mohamed Salah. If you guys right now in football, I don't talk to my friend, he told me Ousmane Dembele. I was like, come on, man, I take Saka over Dembele. So it's one of those ones, again, in this current age, this right now, I'm not, because I've seen people, when I brought this argument, they said, but he's not Ian Robben or Gareth Bale. But I'm like, they're not playing right now. Of course
not. Exactly.
Yeah,
He hasn't
That's
had
a
the
good
time
point.
yet, though.
No, but that's the point. See, the thing is, you have to compare it to the players that are playing now. Otherwise, there's no debates. Then we can't have these debates.
Yeah, because
It's
obviously
not fun.
Robben and Bale, they've been there,
Different
they've done it,
level.
they've won it all, they've done everything exactly. They played at the highest level for years on years, Di Maria, etc. So I can't go and compare Saka to these guys. No way. I can compare him to his age mates or his colleagues, whatever you want to call them now, that are playing. And the only one who's been there and done it, and he's considerably older than Saka, obviously like 10 years his senior, is Mohamed Salah, and he's not even in the same bracket as Saka. So he's a bracket completely above Saka. So it's one of them ones as well. And Shane, you made a great point as well about the age, right? And I've always thought about this in football. And I don't know if it applies to other sports as well, but it's really weird, right? You see the age like of Messi, was he like 35, Ronaldo 36. So like players 31, let's say, to like 35 right now, whatever age they are, they were the world-class players. And then you look at people right now, I don't know, guys, tell me if there's anyone who's 29 years old, 28 years old, who's truly, truly world-class right now in football. Because I think about the best like 29-year-old. I went to go check Raheem Sterling's age. I think he's 29 now, right? Out of his generation of players, there's not many, I don't think.
He's a system player, though, in my opinion.
I'm not even saying he's, and I rate Raheem Sterling a lot, but I'm not putting him in the category.
I think he's older now, but Griezmann is older. Griezmann's in 30.
Griezmann might be around. Let me check Griezmann's age.
Yeah, I think
Griezmann is 32. Griezmann 32.
Yeah,
so you see, there's this
30+.
age gap. There's this age thing that happens. I don't know what it is. I think it's like between the age of like 26, let's say, to like 30. Right? I can't think of many players who are world class of that age bracket. Right? Or
Chat, let us know. Hit us some 26 to 30-year-olds who are world class right now.
Proper world class. Because
is Kane over 30?
Is Kane? Is he not 30?
Yeah, I think Kane's over 30. Or no, he might be 30.
He might
I think he might be 30.
Actually, Kane is 30. He's going to be 31 in end of July. But yeah, maybe Kane is one of the few ones just breaking into that. But you see, that's why all the young players, Bernardo Silva, fair enough, top player. But I don't think there's that many, because all the big stars that we talk about, Jude Bellingham.
See, Frankie de Jong. Is it Frankie de Jong?
Oh, come off it, man. Today I saw Frankie de Jong put a picture on Twitter or whatever. He says, I've played 200 games for Barcelona. I'm like, bro, like...
That's wild.
I remember, but some Barcelona fans was like,
Modric is closer to 40 than what we're talking about.
That man is 50 years old.
Stop. Think about what we're saying first. Listen to what we're saying.
Toni Kroos is like 36, isn't he?
Yeah, 26 to 30, guys. None of your business is Frankie de Jong. He's not world class.
I can't believe he's
Frankie's
27.
a good player.
Is Frankie really 27, by the way? No.
Probably.
What? No, the game's gone, man. The game, it's crazy. Time flies, and I don't feel like he's really
again.
This is what I mean.
Player,
people,
not top.
I get it. People are trying to find people, but those are good players. But they're not.
If he's in that age group, Kimmich is. Yeah, 100%.
Might be on the market.
Rodri, there you go. Rodri. There's a few, but we're struggling, right? We're struggling. It's not as easy as the generation above, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, to find real top players, especially attackers, to find real top players that are really making a massive, massive difference in terms of goals and assists, etc. But you see that now all the young players, like from 24 under, right? Look at these players. How old's Trent Alexander-Arnold? I'm pretty sure he's not 25.
25?
26, 25, something like that.
I think he's 26 next season, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 25, only 25 years old. You see? So like that age, 25
so you're
and down,
saying that group of like 26, 27 to 30.
There's a gap there in terms of quality. That's what I'm trying to say.
So there's brilliant youngsters coming through. right? Vinicius, Rodrigo, so many, right? And then we've named Trent. Well,
Yeah.
Trent, don't know if he comes in that category. And then there's
I'll
the
put him in
elders
there,
that so many world class, like the Kroos, the
Yeah.
Modric's, the Benzemas, the Griezmanns, whatever. You're saying that in that gap in between,
Yeah.
there's not many world class
There's a void.
guys left.
There's a void,
There's a
and that's
void.
what's causing a
Interesting
bit of
chat.
an issue in football right now, where
It
we're
also
not
takes
having those
time.
properly ready-made prime players. They're not there.
I feel like everyone wants to label like the next up and coming person world class. Like the reason we can look back and like look at all these players is they're done, they're retired, and we can evaluate their career as a whole objectively. But now everyone wants like their player to be world class. Like, oh yeah, we got the world class talent. Like he's going to be the next guy when he's 21, 22, and he's, you know what I mean? He's not there yet. I think people just need to give guys time.
Look,
Yeah.
it's Foden, Musiala, Palmer.
Pretty sure all under
Musiala's
25.
They're all youngsters, man. These are guys.
Palmer's, this is his first real year. Like
and Palmer, world class. Come on.
Musiala's done it
So-
for what, 2 years now?
gonna-
If
yeah.
that. Foden's the only one that's really, and honestly,
Yeah.
this year is the year he's really starting to take on that responsibility.
If he has another season like he's been having, whatever, he's world class. Foden.
Mm.
I think he's
Yeah, I agree.
100%. I agree. I've always said Foden is world class potential, at the very least, because I rate him so highly. But if he has another great season like he's having, you've got
Agreed.
to put him in that category because that's 3 seasons now, pretty much.
Mhm.
You know, so that's the way you got to look at it. Same with Musiala, Palmer, calma.
Yeah,
Palmer,
very
you
early
know.
on that one.
Can you call Bellingham world class already?
I
Yeah,
don't think
you
not
can.
yet.
I
Not
can.
yet.
I will. I think he
Mm.
is already. And this is the thing. I'm comfortable saying these guys are world class already, despite
Yeah,
their
there's
age.
some that
Yeah.
like. The rule book is ripped up, or the what's the word? The ticks are sort of, the criteria is brushed under the
Yeah.
carpet. Like you know they're world class. Like Mbappe, I knew he was
Yes.
world class the moment.
But I think that's where the availability and longevity come into play. Where look how much miles is on Bellingham already.
Mm.
If he picks up a serious injury and he starts having injuries throughout his career towards the end, like Alexander Pato, right? Burst onto the scene, was amazing at Milan, tore it up, and then all of a sudden just dead career because he just couldn't have the injuries, man. Would you consider him world class?
No.
When he came off, but no, when he came on the scene, you thought hello, but no,
What
he
player,
didn't.
yeah.
He didn't do nothing. You know,
I think
He did
Bellingham
it,
is one of the
it's
most elite midfielders in the world right now, but I need like another year or two to fully.
I don't even.
Wow.
To be honest, I don't even view Bellingham like a
Odegaard?
midfielder anyway. He's second striker, just a
Yeah, he's like a 10,
final
almost
third
a false
monster.
nine,
He's a
man.
final third monster. He's not one to dictate play or stuff.
Get
like
these
that,
Odegaard
but-
shots out of here, man. This is wild.
Alaba, Rudiger,
So my
Militao.
guy
I'm pretty
Odegaard,
sure
man.
they're all over
love
30.
all love Odegaard. Come on.
Odegaard,
these guys are
he's
old.
not world
Oh no,
class.
apart from Militao, Alaba and Rudiger, yeah. And Rudiger's
Rudiger's playing
right?
amazing right now.
How many years did it take? Well,
But he's
at one
over
point,
30.
Lampard was- Yeah, but I'm even saying like
Same
Rudiger
with
at one
Alaba.
point
Isn't
wasn't-
Alaba 30?
Wasn't rated.
Alba
29?
might be. I think
Alaba might be
on
like
the edge.
31. Alaba's been playing for so many years though.
But
Some of them
again,
ones.
okay, then that means he's
Yeah.
over the group that we're talking about, right?
Alaba 31 years old.
There
yeah.
you go, all over 30. There you go. But case
Rudiger
proved.
kind of peaked late. In a way,
We're
30
struggling
years
to look.
old.
Look how we've struggled to name that 26-7 to 30 age group, and see how many of them are world class.
They are the issue in football, by the way, because they're the reason there's a lot of pressure on
The
the youngsters
youngsters.
to really perform. The Sakas, the Viniciuses, etc., to really step up. Like when Vinicius, when that Champions League final against Liverpool, I think he was only 21. I think, if I remember. So like so young. Like normally back in the day, we used to say, listen, when the player gets 27, 28, 29, yeah, that's when they're really gonna turn up. But now we expect these kids just to come in, bang, and if they don't, we kill them. We kill them for it because there's no one
ridiculed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All their seniors are not actually, they don't exist. So they're left with the burden, man. So it's mad.
Shane, man, great call. Anything else before we
I had
move
one
on?
question because I
Go for
think
it.
this is going to come up eventually. It's like a future problem for us. You guys talked about it last night, you and Mush, about Mo and his injury, right? You know, slight niggle in the back. Is it the start of old man syndrome where he's just getting older and he's starting to hurt? Or is it just, hey, like, this is a one-off? So my question is, because they're starting to get the shouts right now where people want Mo's contract extended. He's got next year, and then he can leave on a free. What would you do? Would you extend him another year? Do you give him more money? Like, I don't know, what he'd stay, or would you sell him next year, or would you let him go on a free the following season? Because I have my opinion.
Why are you doing this, man?
Because I think it's going to be a hot topic at the end of the season, especially if we're very successful.
Yeah, so look, Mohamed Salah, in terms of injury and whatever, muscle strains, come on. We've got to look at it as a rarity and a one-off, because the guy's like missed 3 games apparently in 7 years. Someone was telling me yesterday on the show. Something like that. Maybe 4. Maximum 5 in 7 years. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous levels of consistency.
It's availability.
Look, only time will tell. If it's the start of niggling little muscle strains, injuries, it happens to the absolute best of them. Freaks, all of them. Messi didn't get these kind of injuries because, we know he was pumped with steroids when he was younger. But listen, we won't go there. But look, it's natural. It's going to be a natural occurrence. If so, based on that, me personally, and you're asking for me to get beat up in the comments and all over social media, but it's okay. I'm ready to get beat up. I personally wouldn't extend his contract on better terms. If I had the opportunity and if you agreed, I would love to extend Mohamed Salah on the same terms, even if it's for another season, 2 max. But on the flip side, he's going into his last year, and if he made it abundantly clear to me, and I was the owner, chairman, whatever, coach, if he made it abundantly clear to me, I'm not going to extend, doesn't matter what happens, and if then that coincides with £100 million plus bid, then I have to think about my future, my club's future, and the replacement. Because trying to replace Mohamed Salah,
you can't.
It ain't easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have to be 1 or 2 minimum players that replace his output, because that's how much of a genius he is. But ideally, so in order, before people start clipping up shit, option A is extend him, but on the same terms.
Same terms.
I wouldn't offer him more. I can't. We're not run like these fraudulent clubs, as the case is being proven slowly, allegedly. B, yeah, I would not offer him a new deal on new terms. And C, if he said, no, I'm going to see out my contract and I'm not going to sign a new one, then if that kind of money is thrown at me, I'm going to have to take it reluctantly. That's where I'm at.
I agree with you. The other thing I see, like I agree with your assessment. That's what I would do. The other thing I would be nervous of is he extends and he starts to play poorly and people turn on him. And not necessarily.
You don't want that.
I don't want that for him.
I think it would take some levels of drop off for the Liverpool fan base to turn on Mohamed Salah. Like, we're not like Arsenal fans. We're not like any other clubs fan. Chelsea fans, for example.
Wait.
We don't
Hold
turn
up.
on our
If
players.
we had Mohamed Salah and he's won me Premier League and Champions League at
No,
Arsenal.
you still turn on them. You lot fickle.
No
fans.
chance.
Some of your,
No chance.
some of
No
your,
chance.
some of the.
He would be on our. He'll get a statue probably, mate. Next to Henry.
No.
He's
Some
done
of your
that for
play,
us.
some of your fan base stinks, man. Like, in terms of switching on people just like that, man. You lot are the most feeble, fickle fan base ever. Insecure fan base. Not you. You got your head screwed on. But some of you lot, man, you know what I mean? It's mad how you lot treat some of your legends and whatnot. Well, a couple
Which
of
legends, man? Our legends are respected, man. The ones who won us
They're not,
trophies.
man. Was Wenger respected? Can you imagine
he was.
Klopp being treated like that?
22 years. Listen, you get to Klopp for 22 years, then let's see.
Klopp will
Let's see
never
what
be
happens.
treated. Klopp will never be treated how Wenger was treated near the end. Never. I'm telling you that for a fact.
All right, let's
Wenger
see.
got
22
complacent.
years,
Wenger accepted
mistake after
top
mistake
four. That was
in
it.
the end. Yeah, then we'll see. But
It is, man. guys, we've not got long for the show. Today's going to be a little bit slight and shortened show because I'm on my own now. Bilal's going to
I'm about
be
to
leaving
shoot
us.
off, man.
First, Shane, thank you very much for that. Respect. See you soon. Hopefully 3 points tomorrow. And we speak soon.
100%.
Take care, pal. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man,
Bilal's
take
going to
care.
leave us. Bilal, I'll see you on the other side and see you soon.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
going to
for
handle
real.
this on my own. Don't worry, man. We got you.
You can
I
do it,
got
man.
you.
As I said,
man, I can
Jon
do this
Snow,
shit, man.
Jon Snow in the north. You got the sword. You can do it. Anyway,
Man, come
guys,
on, man,
before I head
bring
off, hit the like, subscribe button, etc. And yeah, guys, peace and take care.
All right, take care. As you can see, people, it's just you, me, and I. I don't know where Zuberi's gone. Bilal obviously had to go. So it's me. So we've got, the order was, where's Ashley gone? Oh, Ashley's there. Sorry, not Ashley. So the order is Ash, Thida, Register Kev, RSI, and Nippon. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get everyone on board. Depends on these guys' chat. If they got good chat, I'll keep them. If they're boring me, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to keep it moving. I'm cold like that, man. I'm sorry. I'm nasty. I'm cold. Not really. I'm not. I'm really nice. I'm just running out of time. We've got about 20 minutes left, and let's see how many people we can get on. Ash is next in the building. Ash, how you doing, my friend? Unmute yourself. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, bro. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Tell us where you're calling from because I believe you're a first-time caller, and who do you support?
I am a first-time caller. Yes, I'm from Derby, not too far away in the Midlands. And yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Good.
Can't believe I had so many things in my head, and then Shane just asked what I wanted to do with Salah after his deal's out. Messed up my whole emotions. My whole head's gone now.
Listen, it is going to be emotional, regardless of whatever. No, not regardless, but it is an emotional topic. It is an emotional subject. It's second only to Jurgen Klopp situation. Like Mohamed Salah deal, Mohamed Salah contract is literally second only to Jurgen Klopp. So it's going to be, but Mane was the same. Bobby Firmino was the same. Obviously not on the output levels of this genius, but in terms of legends and our kings. But go on, tell me your opinion. Tell me your thoughts. What are you saying?
Well, like I said, I'm not thinking with my head. I'm thinking with my heart, and obviously straight away, I'll give him more time. The problem with that comes.
Are you going to give him what it takes? Is that what you're saying? Are you doing whatever is needed, or how deep is your emotions?
They're deep. I mean, I'm not young. I'm 30, but he has given me some of the best years, especially recently when it's been all about Twitter and the internet. Salah's gave us all the best years, but like you said, giving him more money is not really an option, especially if we're going to try and find someone to replace him. But if we get a big bid next year or the year after, then you have to consider it. What's going on, Zuberi? How are you?
Colonel's back in the building, but it's all good.
Yeah, no, I'm big, man. I'm good, bro. We got
good. So yeah, I think it's something that we arrive at depending on how the season's going. If we have a good campaign this year, we make it into the Champions League again, and then obviously Salah starts hitting numbers. It's going to be very, very hard to say we're not going to give you another year. But then equally, like you said, he has to look out for himself, and if he wants a longer deal somewhere else, maybe in Saudi, then he takes it.
The three scenarios that I gave, what's your three scenarios and what's your answer to them? So
exactly the same as you.
So, okay, so you would sell him. You wouldn't keep him and say, look, to me, he's probably my league winner. I want another league. And that's worth more than the money or replacement. I'll still keep him, even if I have to let him go for free. You're not doing that.
No, the first option would be extend. Of course, Salah, apart from this little niggle, what he's got now, he's always there, right? He's always playing. He never gets injured. Of course, give him an extra year. Even if that year, I trust Klopp to manage his time if he does start getting recurrent injuries. Best case scenario, his replacement would maybe come in while he's still there. But
are you giving him more money?
No, that's not going to happen. We know how long it took for him to get this deal. I don't think it'll be an option to give him more money.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Are you giving him more money? If you're the owner, you're allowed to do what you want. You can do what you want. You've got the funds. I don't know. Yeah, you got the funds. But out of principle, out of not principle maybe, but out of the whole project, sporting, principle, moral, ethically, everything else, replacement, future, are you giving him more money
For
if he
1 year,
wants it to stay?
depends what he wants. I might give him more just because it's Salah, but I'm not going to give him like 100 grand a week more. That's not going to happen. You know, like I said, if he's still hitting the numbers, which doesn't look like he's going to slow down, then a little bit more to stay another year, maybe. But not going to give him a ridiculous amount. He's already the highest paid.
Zuberi, we've been having a little chat about the Salah situation. And Shane, the previous caller, ended his call with a brilliant scenario. Well, not a complex, but a scenario about Mohamed Salah and what we would do with him. And I said, I gave 3 different scenarios. I said, ideally, I'd like to extend him on the same terms for maybe another year or 2 maximum. I said, I wouldn't give him more money. That's just me. I would want him to stay on the same terms. But if he doesn't commit to the same terms and he doesn't want to stay, and if I got a bid for over £100 million, then I would take it.
You got to take it.
I don't. I hear the scenarios you present, but the Salah situation is as simple as this. If he wants the club legend status, that doesn't come with pay, bro. You've earned your bread. Now you're chasing something that money can't buy, and that's to cement yourself, which I think he's already cemented, but it's pending how he leaves us, whether or not a statue is deserved or not. But anyway, if he wants to do it for the love of the club, then that's a pay cut, bro, off the top. That's a pay cut. Once you reach certain level, you have to consider the club now. Like, okay, if you really love this club and you're about this club and you're about all that record stuff, we'll let you retire here. But that doesn't come with you still getting the numbers, bro. That's you saying, you know what? It's all about the love of the club now. I'm just glad to, retire here.
Is he at that
That's a pay
level
cut.
though? Is he at that level
Yeah,
where we need to
he's
start
yeah
thinking like that?
he's
He's not. He's
yeah
not
yeah
at that stage.
Grizz. He's definitely at that stage, and it's no disrespect to him. As far as like, because if you think about it, he's our right winger. His goal and assist, it's only prolific because no one else is putting up numbers. Let's be honest. Like when you're saying he's consistently putting up, 20 plus GA in all comps, bro, the all comps, that's the caveat. It's not GA in the league. And even the goals and stuff like that, you're not saying it's in the league or a competition. Like when we won the FA Cup and the League Cup, where was his GA? No one mentioned that. The caveat is always in all comps. I'm not disrespecting the guy. His numbers is great, but they're not like over the top like some Harry Kane numbers, which was only for 1 season. So he's at the stage now, based on his age. Yeah, this is where you start giving the club a little bit back. And if you're not going to give the club any back, then it's time for you to go through the door. Like, look at Hendo. Hendo didn't even get the chance to take a second pay cut. He just went on elsewhere because of game time. So if it's for the club, bro, he's going to have to understand, like, yo, you're going to be that guy. You're always going to be in and around the squad. If you're up for it 100%, you'll get the start. But if you're feeling a little 82%, you're going to be coming off the bench. That's the level he's going to be at now, bro. We can't say he's never been injured, so he got another 4 years of never being injured. Like, bro, he's getting up there in age, man. He's feeling his hamstring in this. We'll see how it plays out. But after this season, it's definitely, we need to go back to the table and see how you want to end things. Because it's going to be on a pay cut. The next deal isn't going to be same terms. Are you crazy? Same terms? Nah, bro, this is where you start to give back. If you ain't giving back, bro, you got to go. It's a business because you can't give these men same terms. Look at De Gea. If De Gea was willing to take a pay cut, he would have been United #1 keeper to this day. You can't run men on same terms, bro. That's how you end up with the Aubameyang situation where you're paying men and men can't even put up the numbers no more.
See, I mean,
you don't want to be there though.
I'm slightly disagreement with Ash, but what's your views and thoughts on that? I mean, I'll give my thoughts and views afterwards in case you copy mine. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Zuberi, do you not think that offering him less terms he would find that a bit disrespectful?
No. It's not about like I said. You're not gonna go to a guy like that and just put things on the table. Like that's not working business. You have to see where his head is at. And like I said, in this business, in football, bro, the older you get, you don't make more money. You reach a point where you start cutting back now. You see what I'm trying to say? Look at Thiago. Thiago was making way more before he came to Liverpool. Coming to Liverpool comes with a pay cut. And that pay cut was only because it's about coming to Liverpool. Now you're at Liverpool. He's here, bro. He's already cemented, bro. What do you want to do? Because if it's about the money, we can't keep sustaining you on this wage, bro. Because your performance is going to start decreasing. And the reason why I'm bringing this forward, it's like you don't want to have him on 350 and he can't give you 10 goals anymore. That's what happened with Aubameyang. Remember, Aubameyang was up there winning joint, golden boot in it. He earned the money then. But you don't want him to be on the money when his performance dip. You want to get in there early and be like, yo, bro, if you want to stay here for the love of the club, you're going to have to cut back on that some bit, bro. But you don't go and be like, yo, Salah, you don't want to extend you, but we're going to cut you back. That's disrespectful. So you have to kind of see where his head is at. You have to see where his head is at. Because if his head is, now I'm about my stature and this money and I'm of this life, yeah, that's not going to be at Liverpool anymore, man. It's not going to be at Liverpool. We can't keep him around doing up 75 dead minutes and then get a brace at the end of that. And we're like, yo, that's why we pay you the big bucks. That's Ronaldo level. Remember when Ronaldo was saving United with 18 goals in the season, but you can clearly see him not running around and working for the team. Do you want a guy like that at Liverpool? I don't want a guy like that at Liverpool.
Absolutely not. But I think the last, we obviously remember the last hurdle when they were negotiating for ages and then he wanted the more money, Mane left, etc. But I think the feeling then was that all the power was with Salah. Like he knew he was worth his weight in gold and we needed to pay him, etc. Whereas I think maybe in another 12 months' time or maybe in 6 months' time, if we want to extend for a year, the feeling isn't that. The feeling is more 50-50. We know he may want to go. We may want to keep him for another 12 months, but we're not happy to see him go. But if we get 100 mil, we'll take it.
It is a different scenario. 100%, I agree with you. It will be, there will be a decision needed to be made. The Saudi Pro League clubs will test our resolve. They tested it with the £200 million bid. People can believe me or not, but I think my track record with the Salah situation is quite solid because I literally knew where the man was when he was signing the deal. So we did have a £200 million bid on the table for him. And from my understanding, the club was ready to accept it. From my understanding, Salah wouldn't have said no. Doesn't mean he wanted to go, but he would have gone if the club and Jurgen Klopp were willing to let him go. And from my understanding, Jurgen Klopp said, get out of here. No chance. And Salah was very happy with that as well, because that's the opposite of Hendo's type situation where Henderson, we were not happy to let him go, but the same security and confidence wasn't. And rightly so, maybe. Hendo and Salah, massive, huge differences. So I think we won't get anything close to a £200 million bid in the summer, because obviously now they know in 6 months' time, by the time summer comes, in another 6 months, they can start talking to him for free. So that's where we're at in the head as well. We're thinking 6 months, he goes for free, or we get 100 million now. All right, we're giving up the best goal scorer in our history since Ian Rush type thing, right, in modern times. Possibly could win us our league, another league or a Champions League. A new player might take time, or he might hit the ground running like a Jota, Diaz when he first came as well. So these are the things we've got to weigh up, man, because we're going to have to put money towards his replacement.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think one guy replaces Mohamed Salah. I think you just need to build a system or a group of players around him. So these are the decisions that are going to have to be made. I'm not in Zuberi's camp in terms of we tell him, what are you going to do for us now? I don't think he's at that level yet. I still think maybe another season, if it was the case, and he picked up a couple of injuries, then we'd say, yo, Mohamed, what are you saying, bro? Like, obviously we have to think, and then he'd have to think. So I'm not at that stage yet, but I'm at the stage where if £100 million plus bid came, and Mohamed told me, guys, it's been amazing, but I'm not signing a new deal at the same wages. If you want me to stay, you need to increase my wage. Then I would have to consider selling him. But actually, I've changed. You know what? I've just changed my mind. Not changed my mind, but the scenario. If he says to me, I'm willing to sign another deal, but just buff up my wage a little bit, like what you said, Ash, it depends on how much he wants a little bit buff. Because I can easily get rid of a squad player. I don't know. Name me someone. Phillips.
Thiago's going.
Or Thiago. Okay, so Thiago's on 200 grand, right? Let's say I bring in a younger midfielder that's going to be on 100 grand, and I give that wage to Mohamed Salah.
You probably get shared around. Kurt Jones is due a new deal anyway.
I'm interesting as well. Yeah, but exactly. But again, actually, wake up, people, because you got Konate, Virgil, Trent, Allison, all these Kwanzaa, all these mans that are going to be on new deals as well. So you're going to have to spread that money on them as well. So it's a tricky one. Yeah. Trent Alexander, you know what I mean? Going to be on big up wages now. So it is a tricky situation. It is a tricky situation. I'm going to let you have the last word, Ash, if there was anything else.
Yeah, that was all Sean's fault. They came on before Scott's talking about Salah. I actually genuinely wanted to come on here and just say, I feel like tomorrow has got potential banana skin written all over it if we're not careful. I know it's uncomfortable to say it. No, it's true. As you said, they're the informed team at the moment. If we know anything about Areola, well, he went to United and slapped them 3-0. It's probably not the best barometer to measure it by because they're not very good at the moment. But then they're going to show us respect, but they're going to come out. They're going to try and win the game. We know that much. Now, we've obviously got a lot of injuries. So all I want for us is just to get out there with 3 points. I don't want to see no 2-2 at 60 minutes, not knowing where the game's going to go. I just want us to go there, high energy, win the game, get out with 3 points at the end of the day. That's what I want us to do.
Colonel, tomorrow's game, first time we're touching upon it, nearly 2 hours in, man. We got a very, very important game to play tomorrow. Ash is saying there's a potential of a banana skin. Yeah, they've been playing well. They've got a couple of players missing, but we got a couple of players missing.
Yeah.
Where you at, Colonel?
In games like this is where you kind of need that good old Brexit midfield. Manage a game, control a game, fight for the game. Can we slip up by being too comfortable in ball possession and they nick one or two? Sure. How much chances are we going to create and finish? I think those are the margin that the game tomorrow is going to be resting upon. Me personally, bro, I think it'll be one of them dry 2-0s where you see the 2-0, you're like, damn, Liverpool handle business. But you watch the game, you're just like, nah, win is a win. You know what I mean? It wasn't sexy. It wasn't, no tricks and flicks and flares and all of that good stuff, which, no disrespect to Mo, but it's not like he was doing them stuff when he was in the game anyway, running into man shin pads in that. So
why are you hating on Mo?
I don't think Trent is in the game. So I'm just trying to show you how the game is going to go. So Trent normally spray passes. Are we going to see passes being sprayed? No. Are we going to see man burning down the line and just running into man shin pad? Nah. So it might be a more open game. We might see a different dynamic from the front three and the defense. The defense might be a little bit more rigid and disciplined to where we might not even see any mistake in the game. But then, like I said, I think we'll come over with a comfortable 2-0. Possession and the stats won't really paint the actual picture of the game, but it'll be a 2-0 that we won't even talk about when we lift all the 4 trophies. We won't even remember that this specific win was significant once upon a time.
I hope so. Ash, we've got to keep it moving, man. But let me know what you would pick up front. Okay, midfield defense picks itself. What are you doing in midfield?
McAllister Jones. Dom's not fit, is he?
No.
Okay, then I'm going Harvey, I think, to start, and then I'm going Nunes, Jota, Diaz.
So
Probably
you're leaving out Gakpo and Gravenberch out of the realistic.
yes, yeah.
other
I'm
options
starting with
we've got.
that. Gravenberch can come on. We know he's got the energy and likes the battles. We can bring him on, but I think it depends on how they start. We know they like to play out from the back. If they want to do that against us, good luck. I think if we start with those three up front. But also, it's a small pitch. It's Bournemouth's tight, so we'll see how it pans out. But Gravenberch, Gakpo can definitely change the game, just like they did against Newcastle.
Hope so, bro. Hope so. Thanks very much for calling in, Ash.
Yeah, man, you guys take care.
Nice one. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye. What's your team for tomorrow? Any shocks for us?
Yeah, I'm going Diaz on the right, Nunes on the left, Jota through the middle, Gravenberch, Jones with McAllister in the 6. I'm going Bradley right back, Gomez left back, man like Joey, and I'm going Kanate and VVD in the center
So
back.
basically, the only difference you're doing is Elliot, Gravenberch over Elliot.
To be honest,
Gravenberch hasn't done
listen,
it for me,
Grizz, I know
man.
you man like to do the what happened yesterday and in the past and what we have to go off of. Bro, that's irrelevant in the sports, bro.
I'm talking last game. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Last game have no bearing on this game.
100%.
This is a new game.
100% form plays.
No, but it's a new game. Merit.
Elliot's been much better. Yes, merit. Elliot's been much better than Gravenberch. Elliot deserves a place.
Elliott's position will always be what Elliott's position is until Elliott decides he wants greener pasture than Liverpool. Elliott will forever be an off the bench man that changes the game for us and start cup games. There is no future where Elliott is spot on in there fighting for our midfield because our midfield kind of needs that. For anybody out there thinking I'm tripping, listen to what I'm saying. Elliott isn't a midfielder that's going to be winning your midfield battles. He can affect the game and make an impact, but that's not who you want in the front lines. That's who you want to be calling up. Like, yo, we need a little something. That's Elliott's position, fact. He wants more than that, Grizz. It ain't going to be at Liverpool.
Let us know in the chat if you agree with that. I mean, there's elements of what you said I agree with. There's elements I disagree with. I'm picking Elliot tomorrow. Only because we haven't got ideally I would pick Szoboszlai ahead of him. I'd pick who else is missing? Obviously Thiago ahead of him. But for me, he's ahead of Gravenberch right now in the pecking order. For me.
No, it's fine. He's going to be coming up against Cook or Christie and maybe Kluivert in the 10.
Alex guy is a bad boy player. And
Yeah.
Philip Billing, who's like 6'6" and so.
Here's the thing as well. You remember when Minamino get roughed up in that? There's certain games you don't want to put these in between starting 11 and impact player. There's certain games you don't want to put them in because if they get their wind knocked out of them, it can really just cement.
What's Gravenberch bringing to you? What's Gravenberch bringing to you? He ain't winning.
I like the way he. No. But I like the way. Listen,
you want front line? You said front. No, we are doing it because you brought up front line battles. He ain't doing shit front line battles.
Gravenberch, and here's a mad one for you. You can go look it up if you don't believe me. Gravenberch has been effective in being the pass before many assists when he comes on. Is that something we praise? No, it's not. Grizz, I'm not telling you it's the genie roll or none of that stuff. Gravenberch has made an impact, but because he's not getting the assist or the goal, all of his stuff gets shrugged underneath, and man is talking about how many tackles. All the stats people not Gravenberch for. This is where I'm going to finish. All the stats people not Gravenberch for is Elliott prolific in them stats. Now pull up the stats you was going to ask me about Gravenberch and tell me which one of them Elliott steps up on. There it is. Leave it alone, fam. Let Gravenberch battle.
I'm leaving it on because I'm looking at the time.
To change it.
I'm leaving it alone because of the time and we got people to run through. Otherwise, I'm not leaving it
All
on
right,
because
get the
you think you're
people.
smiling and you got me. You ain't got me shit. Vegan Sports Bar's in the building. He goes, congrats and thank you very much for this generous super chat, my bro. He goes, congrats on the 35K. I appreciate the way you carry yourself on YouTube football commentary, as well as the quality of co-hosts you choose to platform. I'll be here for 50. Salute, my bro. Salute to you and people like you, my bro. Big up to yourself. Thank you so much for the kind comments. Humbled by those words. Thank you very much. Next is Thaida, Register Kev, RSI, Nippon, LFC Ariane. I have a very strong feeling we won't even reach LFC Ariane and Nippon. Guys, the time is running, but we'll see. Yes, my brother, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, all good. How are you guys?
We're doing good, man. We're
Good,
doing
man,
good. We're
good,
doing
man.
good. Zuberi's trying to
Yeah,
ruffle some feathers as per on a Saturday night, but
calm,
it is what it
calm.
is. It is what it is, man. What are you saying?
I was hoping I stayed. I was gonna come back 2 weeks after last time as it was pre-FA Cup game, but it's calm. It's good.
But the thing
We'll
is,
talk
right?
after.
I hear you, but I often find Bilal is the last person you like Liverpool fans should come back to because he don't believe in his team himself. So I don't know
No. I
what.
know. Just as because I said before the game, that call. I think it was your Friday call-in show before that game.
Uh-huh.
So we're just a bit of banter for that.
Oh
Nothing malicious. It was just a bit of banter.
No,
You know what I
but
mean?
even banter wise, like we tried to kill him, but man's already dead. Like he
Yeah, he's
doesn't.
dead in the sun, man.
Yeah,
Bless him.
He doesn't believe in his. He wants Arteta out. He wants Saka out. He wants everyone out, man. So, but it is what it is. What's going on though?
Bless him, bro. Nah, all good, man. I think last call I was speaking about the other players, the quad chasing season. We've got better players now. I'm gonna shout out a few players, yeah. In fact, no, I'm gonna shout out Klopp. Bradley, Clark, Gordon, Doak, Naoni, who's still not to feature, Sir, Besetic, Elliott, Jones, and shout out Trent. People don't talk enough about how well Klopp uses young players. And I don't know if you recall, Grizz, because you have these calling shows weekly basis, but it was, I think, end of last season or beginning of this season where I said we don't talk or big up our academy or our youth players or our youngsters when they have their opportunity. The standout is Trent, obviously. He's gone on leaps and bounds. That's Klopp trusting the players. But if you read out the others, I know we were just talking about Elliott Zabiri did his thing, but then you got Curtis Jones, Besetic who's still coming back. You got Kwanzaa who stepped into his own this season. Naoni who's still not had a chance, and you can tell on the bench he was chirping at the bit. He wants that chance, but he's not getting it. And Klopp's always like, "Don't worry, it's gonna come. I know it's gonna come." Then you got Ben Doak, Gordon, Clark, Bradley. The way we're running is very good, and I don't know if you guys have noticed. We just beat like our youngsters today, smacked up Arsenal 7-1. Arsenal were renowned to having a good academy players over the years. Now I'm seeing our youngsters smack them up 7-1. Now I'm seeing our youngsters being progressed into the first team. So, you've got to. People don't talk about this stuff. I feel like our own fans now. I feel like it's partly because we're not fully willing to commit yet because we haven't seen enough. And I know we were just talking about Elliott and stuff, comparing him to Gravenberch. But for me, I'm on your side, Grizz. When I see Elliott come on, I see him wanting it more. I see him wanting to drive more. I see him making an effect. Like his cameo appearances off the bench have been really, really good. Don't get me wrong, Gravenberch has come on in games and made an impact as well. But Elliott, I feel like because he's got more versatility to his game, more facets to his game that maybe Gravenberch doesn't yet. He can bring more to the game, and you can see Klopp trusting him. Man, he's been kicking balls since he's 16 in the Premier League. By the way, people forget. Fulham, he made his debut in Fulham. He's still the youngest Premier League player to play. I think that might have been changed. I think there was an Arsenal player that played, but it's things like this where we don't really speak about. So I'm just bringing it to the chat because we can go all long and hard about how many players we should bring in from other leagues and all stuff, but I like how Klopp is looking internally as well and giving them a pathway. That's not to say that we should. There's that balance, right? How many do you bring in? How many of real quality? But at the same time, you've got to give them that opportunity and platform to be able to do so, because everyone wants new players all the time. You know, sign this guy, but every player was young at some stage. So you've got to give them a chance.
I think you brought up some very good points, and it's good we got Colonel, because me and Colonel had a debate last year at some point about the youngsters, including Jones and Elliott, and he was a bit dismissive of the academy and the youngsters and saying, really, none of them are really, looking too tough, overhyped by youngsters, this and that. But I think we've shown right now, that we're doing very well with that aspect of things.
Yeah.
And we saw so many fans talk about, oh, our academy's nothing, we don't produce nothing. And you reeled off some names, and we can almost certify at least 2 or 3 of those, namely Jones, Elliott, Kwanzaa, just top my head, that are all making it, are made it, have made it, and will make it. Never mind the others that you come through. The reason why I think, and I don't know, Colonel, you let me know what you think, and Thida, you let me know what you think. Bro, how do you say your name? Thida?
Yeah, it's Tharab.
No
I don't know,
problem.
I just put a Thida in, but
I'll call you
team.
Tharab, because
Whatever works for you.
If someone doesn't have to say what you want, but
It's
I
all
can
good,
say,
my bro. Thank you.
hopefully I can say it properly with respect. Tharab, I want to know your opinion, and I know Colonel's opinion.
Yeah,
Why
let's do
isn't
this.
it talked about enough? And I think the reason for it is because until you win something, people are not going to put that level of respect on it. Fergie's youngsters won something, and then everyone stood up. Yo! Yeah? Foden came through as a youngster, and then Man City coincided winning something. Until we win something, and I don't mean with youngsters, but until we win something again, and then youngsters have played a pivotal part in that, that's when they're really being given a recognition. So, for example, if we win a Champions League or a Premier League this season, or we win 2 or 3 trophies, and Elliott's played a part, Kwanzaa's played a part, Bradley's played a part, they'll be given their flowers. Do you get it? Until then, without being too cynical and what's the word? I'm not negative, but too cynical. Until then, Until then, it's potential. Oh, they're doing great. Come on, let's get over the line. That's my thinking and feeling. I don't know what you used to saying. I think Zuberi needs to come in there.
I hear what you're saying.
He's itching.
I hear what you're saying, and I think there could be some weight to that as well, because but even if you go by your premise, Grizz, I haven't said whether I agree or not. And you look at this season, and we played Arsenal, and you saw the bench at Arsenal. All right, we didn't use all of them. You said it yourself there. Elliott came in, and I'm saying this because I want people to remember that we were having this conversation and saying these points. Elliott off the bench, great. I'm not going to label man impact sub in that, but just coming off the bench has been very great. And we want to give him that respect, because what's that going to say is we won the Europa quad, but Elliott off the bench in that season was outstanding. Wherever that pushed him in his career, we'll let that go. Kwanzaa coming into games, and we're like, raw. You remember when certain man was saying Kall will over Kwanzaa, and then Kwanzaa stepped up and says condolence, because we call him Mr. Condolences. Kwanzaa said he's there to take that spot. And I'll never forget that Arsenal game, man, where Klopp brought on that midfield. I think it's O'Connell and Bradley, and Bradley came on and locked up Martin. It was Clark. And Bradley locked up Martinelli, and I'm just like, raw. So if we win the quad, which I predict, Grizz, that we'll win, I think this season, man, like, let me learn. But Sechik only played in one game for us, and it was at right back.
Yeah.
Bradley came in and locked up Martinelli. Clark, pivotal and dominating that midfield. You got men like Elliott, impact sub level on the highest level for us. I'm not saying he's an impact sub. I'm just saying that impact sub, we need to change a game.
Kwanzaa.
Dangerous. Man like Kwanzaa, we don't even need to talk about this man. That's 5 youngsters I've given you in this season that if we win even 2 trophy, they're already blooded and bred, and we can stamp them. door. We know he's knocking on the door. I think I saw a glimpse of Kate Gordon in one of the games as well. So this season, I think even Scanlon got a run out one of the times as well. So this season alone, 10 youngsters, Grizz, has been running amok, and we're at the top in every competition and through in every competition, and we're in January. What I'm trying to say is, Grizz, by your suggestion, this would be the season that these men get their flowers. Are they all going to go on to be Liverpool starters and all that good stuff? I'm not here to predict that. You know what I'm trying to say?
This is why we love the Colonel. He's dripping in sauce today. Sweet chili sauce. Bring it, Colonel.
but what I'm trying to say though, for this season,
I'm gonna need some of the sauce.
It's 8 to 10 youngsters, and we're at this point. 8 to 10 youngsters, and we're at this point. It's mad.
See, I'm glad you segued onto this point, and this is where our manager isn't getting the credit he deserves. He really isn't, and I you know, it's
what I mean. But don't you agree? But don't you agree? He'll only get it if we can get over the line. Like
no, I 100% agree with that. But my point is, yes, you're completely right. It will be warranted. All of our belief will be warranted if there's silverware. You know, at the end of it, 100%. But my thing is, we should also like kind of be more accepting and kind of be a bit more proud of the youth that are give the chance. That's the point I'm trying to make, because I see all these fans when their own comes in, they're giving it. You see Kobe Minu, he's been being absolutely raped. You're seeing the guy who
they're starving.
Is it Oscar
they're
Bob?
Starving.
Oscar Bob. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? All these
Man United are starving.
in it.
Kobe Minu looks good, but it's like wow. Like, we've got
Exactly. But they've been established for a while. So why is it that they're still not, like, even Jones for England? Why is he not getting a look at? Why are they not giving a look? They've been performing on already, and you say they haven't won things. They have won medals. I know they may not have played major roles, but they've been a part of a winning process. And for me, if you're part of that squad, you're part of the training, you're part of the everyday culture, you're in the changing room, you're playing your part, however limited or however unlimited it is, you're there, you're putting in your thing. But Klopp, he's doing well. And I said last call, boys, before I wrap up, you've got a lot. If we get through this spell, and Szoboszlai and Trent, I'm hearing they might be back next week for Fulham. So if we get through this period, it's 2 out of 2, boys, we've done it. You know, we've beaten Arsenal, we've beaten Fulham, right? We've only played 2 since Salah and Endo have gone. Fulham goes, and then I think we've got after Fulham, Chelsea. And if Trent and them, you know, we get the job done, it's a good game to come in.
So what we've got is we've got Bournemouth tomorrow, which we all agree is going to be hella tricky.
Yeah. I think we'll win, boys.
Okay, so we all think we're going to win tomorrow. Then we got Fulham, which we need to go strong again. No doubt. I know we're winning 2-1, but we need to go strong again. Then we got Norwich in the cup. That's when the cavalry returns. That's when we got Robertson, Trent, Szoboszlai back. Okay? God willing. Yeah. Do we rotate and give everyone a little week off, man like Virgil? Because then we've got Chelsea and Arsenal.
We have to.
Consecutive games. That's the season. Let me tell you, that's the season right there. Chelsea and Arsenal. We blundered the first time when we had Man United and Arsenal in consecutive
7
weeks.
days. Yeah.
And we drew both. We didn't lose, we drew both. We need to put it right against Bournemouth. And then the next 2 games, league games, the cup games can handle themselves, whether we win, draw, whatever. The next 2 league games are Chelsea and Arsenal. 6 points from them.
That's what I say, man. If we get through this, I'm going to say it with chest. We can do this. We go
to Arsenal. That's the one for me. We go to Arsenal and win. Let me eat my chicken strip, man.
What you said? We're thinking we're going to win the league now, finally.
No. It's very. We'll get there.
You might need to show. You might.
Arsenal's going to be more. I'm going to be more.
Zabiri, I've had Coutinho break my heart in the last day of the season, bro. I'm not willing to invest until I firmly believe. So I'm not there yet, bro. I'll join you soon.
My bro wants 4 points from 6. If you offer me 4 points from 6 right now, I'm taking them from Chelsea and
No,
Arsenal.
that's unacceptable, bro. We need all 6.
Wow.
No, we need
Depends
all
who-
6, bro.
No, we need to
Nah,
beat
you-
Arsenal.
You know, to
I hear
answer
you
your
guys.
question before
I
you
hear
go.
you guys. I hear you guys. But them mans are gonna be smarting like fuck. Because we embarrassed them the other day. Because they thought they outplayed us, bullied us, brother, and we just went 2-0 bang. Yeah, so they're
To
gonna
answer
be
your
coming
question
back.
before you go about the club thing,
Yes,
I
bro.
think it comes down to, instead of always crediting him for the hard work he's putting in as the manager and the head of the squad, people are saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have to do that," but that's part of the job as well. People are saying, "Yo, he should just have the funds to buy these, man." So there's that fine line between just buying players, and actually doing your job and breeding players. But on the flip side of any argument, they'll also give Klopp his credit, like, nah, Klopp bred a lot of guys back in the Dortmund days. Okay, but you don't want him to breed guys here at Liverpool? Nah, man, manager should be able to spend. And it's them people that don't really understand what the job description of Klopp is.
You've got to
and the
do.
love he has for the game. It's just them people not really recognizing it. Everybody else, man, is bigging up the youths and backing the youths. I mean, certain man wasn't feeling Kwanzaa, you know what I'm saying, at the start of the
Pound
season.
for pound.
So it's just
Pound
one of
for
them
pound,
ones.
he's the guy.
Yeah, he's up there, bro. Yeah, no, bro, he's up there. He's up there. And, you know what I mean? We'll see. I'm telling you right now, with the youths we've got and the team we have right now, 10 out of 10 windows and all that good stuff, it's the quad for me, man. I don't need to see what we do against Chelsea and Arsenal. I already know what's happening, fam. 6 out of 6 points. We move, bro. We need to go on one of them runs now to let people know, yo, we about that life. We need that 15-game win streak right now.
This was the point in the season in, I think it was 21-22, where we got through this period and we started building that momentum where people started talking. And it was when we got through this period, and I've said this, we get through this.
February 4th. Yeah, we got to February 4th.
It's a game, though. It's coming around again. Without Salah, without Thiago, without Matip as well for the rest of the season, and obviously the minor ones, Trent, Szoboszlai, a couple of weeks here and there. We need to get through this period.
That's all it is.
Talk to me at full time at Emirates. Talk to me. Then we'll
be here for that. We will be there.
All right, Thurab. Thank you very much for calling, my bro. Look after yourself.
All good, boys.
Take care.
Love. Have a good night, evening. Take care.
Safe. You want six out of Chelsea, Arsenal, man.
Yeah, yo, listen. Let's get the next caller in, man. I'm telling you, Grizz. This scared to say peeking around the corner, waiting to see
I'm not
stuff.
scared. No, I'm not scared. I'm being realistic.
What hat you got on? You got the peace treaty hat on. Where's the war hat?
No. There's no war at the moment, man. We're relaxing. We're watching proceedings right now, man. We just need to keep it moving right now. When we go to Arsenal and then Chelsea come to town, people are saying my sound. You can hear me? My sound gone?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Is my sound gone? Let me know, people.
I know they might have been saying what you're saying sounds good. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Okay. Oh no, it's Kieran. It's Kieran, man. Yeah, it's okay now. People saying okay. We got a few callers in. Shall we just bring in a couple of callers at the same time to try and make it finish? Shall we do that?
Yeah. Run them, man. Get them in
people,
there.
let me know who the two Liverpool. RSI is a Liverpool fan. LFC Ariane, are you a Liverpool fan? Yeah, of course he's a Liverpool fan. All right, I'm gonna bring both of you. Yeah. I know. I'm just making sure. I'm gonna bring LFC Ariane and RSI. We're gonna have to keep it moving, guys, because I'm way over time. I'm not feeling too great today. I've got some fatigued. But let's bring in LFC Iron and RSI. Yes, guys. RSI first. How are you?
Fine, Grizz. How are you?
I'm good,
first of all, congratulations for 35K.
You are a gentleman. Thank you so much. Thank you
and thank you for bringing me in Big Sis. And Turkish league.
I recognized you, see, and I shouted you out on the Big Six. So
see,
don't say I don't look after my subscribers.
No. All thought you leaked, right? No, Turkish give the hint in for our Arsenal.
Okay.
Turkish.
Yeah.
Yes, I have two important questions. see, I don't think Mohamed Salah injury was too serious.
Mm-hmm.
If it is too serious, Klopp won't risk it.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely bring back to Liverpool. And another thing, all the guys were talking about contract extension for Salah and replacement of the Salah. But the most important thing is depending upon the other people contracts. There are 5 to 6 people, main people contracts are still pending. I think Salah will stay, but only the person who the replacement has to be come first, then he will go. Because Luis Diaz came in, Sadio Mane went. Before Sadio Mane, Luis Diaz is not. That what I'm saying was the replacement has to be first. Without replacement, we can't leave Mohamed Salah.
I know what you mean. So basically, you want the replacement there first before we
Yeah,
get rid of them.
yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Because she 21 or 22 years, we can bring anyone. He can learn. He can see what Salah is doing, what system is doing. Because Salah, he can't replicate Salah in one season.
100%.
And the next,
let's get
okay.
Let's get LFC Ariane's thoughts on what you want to speak about as well. Welcome to the stream. Are you first time caller?
Well, technically second time.
Second time. Okay,
last,
welcome.
Yeah. First of all, congrats on the big 35K. Just wanted to big up everyone over here as well. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree with what Arasai is saying there. I think he's spot on with everything that he's saying, honestly. I actually kind of, Grizz, probably I should take your advice and not be on Twitter so much. But I'm on Twitter these days and I see a lot of Salah hate. And I don't understand it why, like especially regarding AFCON. So yeah, for any Salah haters out there, numbers on the board, But yeah, actually, Grizz, I wanted to ask you what your opinion is with regards to how tomorrow's result is gonna go.
Tomorrow is it's the biggest game of the season. And people might think, "Oh, Bournemouth away? What are you saying? I don't get it. Why? It's because it gives us a chance. It's a game that gives us a chance to get 3 points.
Yeah.
And how do you win leagues? By having more points than the other teams. And so this is the next opportunity to get more points on the board. So every game for me that is a chance to get 3, which is more than Man City can get if we keep winning our games, is the biggest game for me. That's how I'm looking at it. Doesn't matter if it's Fulham, Bournemouth, Man City, who cares? So tomorrow is a must win. The Colonel's talking about getting 6 out of 6 against Chelsea and Arsenal. No doubt he thinks tomorrow is as important. Exactly. They're all equally important, right?
Important, right, Grizz? But I agree. Some part of the agree with Zuberi. We have not beaten Big Six club. We have only drawn. We have not beaten any Big Six club this season. City draw, Arsenal draw, Chelsea draw. We beat only Aston Villa.
Do you care? Do you care if we win the league?
I care. But what I'm saying was, if we go and win at Emirates, it will be a statement, right?
All right, so let me remind Grizz something that Grizz is forgetting because he's not all the way there, but he's the oldest guy.
If we come 1 point with 1 point out of Emirates, it's okay, good point. But if we want win, City goes there, City wins there. But this season they didn't win. But if we go there, if Liverpool win, we can take off 6 out of 6, and without Mohamed Salah, that will be big statement, right?
There's no denying that. But my question, before Colonel goes, Colonel, you're gonna have the final say. But I asked you a question, RSI, you didn't answer it.
Yeah.
Do you care if we win the league? If we won at Arsenal or not? Or against any Big Six?
Yes, because I care. Because we have to win.
So you don't have to win. You don't have to win. You have to win the league.
Yes, Grizz, we have to win the league. That is the
Yeah.
the good point. What I'm
Of
saying
course,
was,
but you're saying
Man
in order
City-
to win the league,
yeah.
you must know Man City
Yes.
have won the league without beating us, for example. Man City have
But
won
they
the league
beaten all. They beaten. See, they beaten Chelsea. They beaten home and away. They beaten Arsenal home and away. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but look at the league this year. What have you noticed about the league this year?
So all are taking points. All are taking points of them.
So don't make points and then skip away from. Stay on track. So I'm got you on
See,
track now.
see
you've
what I'm
noticed
saying was,
yourself. So you've noticed
yes,
yourself.
yes, Grizz,
the
what I'm
points-
saying was,
The points aggregate. Now let me finish.
yeah, tell yes, yes.
It won't work otherwise. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're yourself saying the aggregate is much lower. Every team is beating
Yes.
everyone. Teams are taking
Yeah.
off. Man City have lost to teams like Villa, Palace, Wolves. Right? In their dreams, they wouldn't have lost
Yeah.
to these teams, right? But
Yes.
you're saying you're ignoring all that. You're just saying Liverpool have to beat top 6 rivals. And you'd care, because I didn't ask you whether we need to or not. I said, do you care if Liverpool win the league and don't beat the big 6, any of the big 6? And you said you cared. That doesn't make any sense. If you say we must beat them to win the league, that doesn't make sense either. Because at the end of the title race, the aggregate score, what you total, has to be higher than the other team, regardless of who you beat home and away. So forget this in your head. We have to, no, we must beat top 6. Whoever's put that in your head, go back to them with this argument and maybe they'll word it differently. LFC Arian's going to say something and then we're going to call it
Yeah.
because we've got to move on. Go for it.
Yeah, to be honest, I do kind of hear what Sai is trying to say about like beating the big 6. For example, yes, I agree with what you're saying that winning the league is the most important thing. But when you win the league, you also get the bragging rights of saying we beat everyone in the league. We also beat the Man Cities, the Arsenals, the Man Uniteds of this world. So yes, winning the league is the most important thing, but we also
We've lost you, man. Hopefully you're there.
Grizz, before I go, last point. See, we lost only one game, right? We drew six games. And City lost 3 games and they drew only 2. 2, I think. Yeah, 2. See, there is the difference between us and City. They don't. There is the difference, and they only. I don't want. What I want was I don't want draw games because that is that is most. That is the most disappointing is what 6 draws. We are losing points there. See, we drawn at Brighton.
RSI draws. Look again, it's this circular argument. Draws are not the damaging. Losses are damaging. A draw can save
Yes.
you. So if we were to draw against Arsenal, it's very simply not as bad as losing to Arsenal. What LFC Arian was saying, and before he got cut off, are you back? Yeah, he's back. Yeah. LFC
Yeah,
Arian
I'm
was
back,
saying that
hopefully.
morale boosting statement. I get all of that. I understand all of that. In bragging rights, I get all of that. I'm on channels where I have to brag, so I need bragging rights. I understand all of that. But guess what, guys? I don't give a shit about it really, as long as we win the league. Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Oh, we won there. We don't remember that season where we beat you. If we finish second, I couldn't give a shit. If we go to Arsenal and win 6-0, and then we go to Chelsea, come to us and we beat them 5-0, but we lose the title by 1 point, I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a shit. Guys, I got
No,
to
I
move
think
on. I'm
that's
so sorry.
perfectly fair.
LFC Arian, last word from you because you got
no
cut
problem.
off. No, you go for it.
No, of
Go
course. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, I think Liverpool should win tomorrow if we have to consider ourselves as title challenging teams.
100%.
We have to, and I absolutely agree with Zuberi as well. I think we still need 6 out of 6 from the Chelsea and Arsenal game. We can't afford to lose these games anymore. We can't afford to draw. We have made enough and more mistakes already this season. We have to just keep winning and go on a run. And I don't care
100%.
how. It doesn't have to be pretty. I don't need 5-0s.
No problem. Guys, both of you, you know I love arguing. You know it's nothing personal. Love
Yes.
you both. Take care. RSI, LFC.
Bye, Grizz.
Speak soon, guys. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Last caller, man. Last caller in the building is my friend. Bilal, are you there? Let me know in the chat if you're there. Go on, Zuberi, you were saying something about...
Yeah, bro. I think I mean you kind of put the insurance policy on it in the end when you mentioned the Big Six and bro, good. Don't ever step on what it takes to being a fan. Being a fan is about the games, the banter, the glory. You can't take the banter out of it because you got the glory at the end, bro. This is what we're fans for. You think I'm gonna let Man U fan roll up on me and talk about, yeah, you win the league, fan, but you didn't do it at the cost of us. Like you didn't beat us to get there. I don't want no man walking around with no caveat like, well, you got the league, but it wasn't because you beat us. It's because you beat, 18 other wastemen. So you're still gonna have to come to that person with some sort of respect. I'm not gonna really celebrate the league if we draw against Chelsea twice.
You're wild.
Because it's not
That's
a great
a
Chelsea
wild
team.
statement.
No. Let me explain something to you.
You
As
can't
much as I
explain that.
hate Chelsea,
You can't explain
Grizz, as much as I hate Chelsea, there's no way we won the league and draw with these men twice, bro. These men ain't even good, bro, to be hauling us to a point. Manu, the same thing, getting run up on some dead teams and haul us to a point. I'm not saying I'm not going to be happy we won the league, but, bro, it's not going to feel the same, bro. I should be able to bring up the game, the 7-ups. I should be able to bring up something like that to these men when we win the league, bro. I don't want to be winning the race and it's like, yo, millimeters. Nah, bro.
That's
yeah,
up
I'm
to you,
glad
bro.
for the victory.
That's up to you.
But
People,
I'm
let
just
me know in
saying,
the
man,
chat.
we're in the
Let me say,
trenches.
if people agree
Bilal,
with that,
what are you
man.
saying? It's the same Bilal from last week.
Yeah, this is just champ.
Yeah, Bilal
Champ.
chat, man, because...
Evening,
Champ,
Grizz.
champ.
Evening, Zuberi. How's everyone?
We're good, bro. We're good. Wait, listen, just
good, man.
very quickly before you come with your point. Did you just hear Colonel's point? And it's his personal opinion and it's his personal point. I'm ready to fight him over this because I can't believe he said this, especially if he means it. He's saying he can't celebrate the league if he doesn't get something like a win over Chelsea. Like if he drew twice to Chelsea or we draw one and lose one, he can't celebrate the league. Am I right? Is that what you said?
No. I'm saying it's just not going to be the same weight that I want to take with it. Bro, you're on a Big Six, bro. You should be pulling up to the Big Six and be like, yo, I duppied you. Here's the proof and the trophy. Bro, you go there with the trophy, man's like, yeah, own goal set.
Nah, they can't say nothing to me. If I got the league, I'm smoking them.
You can't even chat to Matisse, bro.
I can speak
to Matisse hold us to a point.
Colonel, if I may interject, to be fair, I understand
ahead.
what you're saying because you want to go there with smoke and you want to go there with chest saying that we dealt with you, and you. But to caveat that, if we win the trophy at the end of the day, if Luton can celebrate that draw saying, yeah, we drew against the champions, I'll give them it. I'll say celebrate that like it's your treble or your Champions League. We got the trophy at the end of the day. But I hear what you're saying. For momentum, you want to beat everyone. But at the end of the day, if we win the trophy, it doesn't matter who we didn't beat along the way.
I can't give a hoot. But anyway, me and you don't talk because we can echo when Bilal was talking. So Bilal, the floor is yours, my brother.
Yeah, what I wanted to talk about is we just need to maintain some type of lead by the time we play Manchester City. Manchester City are the team to beat. Arsenal, all due respect, I think they've bottled it this year. This 3-4 game period, they're out of the running. I don't think they're going to be able to win 8, 9, 10 games in a row. We just need to maintain some kind of lead. Even if it's 2 points, 4, 5, whatever it may be. By that time, when we played them, God willing, we're going to beat them. And when we beat them, that's when all the leagues are going to turn around. All these pundits, Sky Sports, TNT, BT, whoever they may be, everyone on social media is going to take us seriously. Up until we don't play City, no one's going to take us seriously, even if we're first. Because why? They're basing everything off last season. But if you caveat that and look at the season we lost all our centre-backs, the next season we came back with a bang. And we played every single possible fixture. And I think we're going to do the same thing this season. We're going to play every single possible fixture that's available, and we're going to turn heads. Tomorrow is a must-win. We cannot afford to drop any points tomorrow or against Chelsea. The only fixture I'm looking at that we could possibly even... You don't want to drop points, but if we have to, it's Arsenal away. Why? Because of our injuries. If Trent and Szoboszlai are back for that game, I'm hoping we're going to win that game. I'm going to go there with chest thinking we're going to take 3 points off you because we've rattled Arsenal. Arsenal fan base weren't giving us heat. They weren't giving us smoke. They were laughing at us, but now they're hurting. They're reeling. They're burning inside. They think, how did these mans beat us after we created so many chances against them? That was our B team. We went there with our B team and we beat you, and they ain't going to like it. And like I said, tomorrow is a must win. Hopefully, God willing, Mohamed Salah's injury ain't nothing more than 2 games. And hopefully the Egypt FA have some common sense not to risk their star, not to ruin his season. And hopefully he's smart enough to say, boys, do it without me. If we reach the last 16 or the quarterfinals, I'm there if you need me. Don't push himself, because you've got the rest of the season. People might not like to hear this. If we win the league and the Europa League, Mohamed Salah has to be nominated amongst the top 3 nominations for Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year. He has to be, because he's won the trophies, he's got the goals, he's got the assists. He has to be. There's no other way about it. But as it goes for tomorrow, it's a must win, boys.
Yeah, man. Plenty of love for Bilal in the chat. People are saying, yeah, man, we enjoyed you. Just very quickly, I want to get your opinions on this one, or I'll give my opinion. And, I think Daz has got it. He says, so Grizz, what you're saying, and he doesn't disagree, he says in capital letters, you don't give a shit if we are the best of the worst season ever. If we're the worst champions ever, I don't care. Colonel, I don't care. If we got the lowest points tally that's taken to win the Premier League, I don't care.
I think
the rest of
I
you.
think,
Why was you even shitter than us then? Why are you talking to me?
listen, I think people are leaning into the I don't care piece and overcooking the banter piece. Bro, we
I'll
all
cook
care
them
when
still.
we win. No. I hear what you're saying, but when you're saying like you don't care when we win, yeah, I get it, bro. I don't care, bro. We got the trophy. It's like I get that, but Grizz,
I'm gonna go everywhere with that trophy. If that was trophy's mine,
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
let's say
sleep in that.
winning.
I'm eat with that. I'm doing every show with that.
Oh, Grizz, let's say winning is 1 point. Let's say winning is 1 point, and giving smoke is extra point. You're saying you don't care about the extra point as long as you get the first point. I'm saying the same thing with the Chelsea North. I want all the points. I want all the points. I'm not settling for draw. Like draw is 1 point. No, I need all the points available. I need all the I need whatever comes with winning, I need all of it. Don't tell me, yeah, you win, but because you only come in with 70 points, you can't get the parade bus. What do you mean I can't get the parade bus? No, I need a parade bus. Oh, you win, but City got Champions League, so they get more TV time. I don't know. Everything that comes with winning, I need it. Don't tell me I can't do this because, I don't need no caveat with my win. And that's what I'm saying, people. It's not that I don't care about celebrating. I need everything that comes with winning. Everything.
You want all the trimmings, everything. You want
everything.
Colonel, I get what you're saying. Like in rugby, you get bonus points if you win by a certain margin. And in American football, if you convert the touchdown, you can go for a 2-point conversion. But in football,
I need all of it.
But in football, you don't get rewarded for that. You know who's going to cry about this and whinge about this? Arsenal fans and Man United fans are going to say, oh, you didn't win it in style. Oh, you didn't do this. Oh, you didn't do that. But you know what's going to burn? It's just like Grizz said. We won it whilst not even being that good. What does that make you?
Even that good?
What does that make you guys then?
But guys, Bilal, it's been a pleasure as always. Catch up with you in a minute in the WhatsApp groups. Anyway.
Big up
yourself.
Colonel,
Nice
big up,
one.
boys. Big up the
All
chat.
Right. Nice
Peace.
one, Bilal. All the best. Speak to you in a bit, my brother. Take care. Big up Bilal every time. Bilal from Slough, man. Big up him and his family. His mother's not been too well, so make sure everyone pray for his mother's health and well-being. Colonel, man, you start off all slowly, but by the end of the show, you get me proper, BP checking that.
I'm just tired of people want to do the wait and see thing before they jump on the train. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying you.
I mean me. I get it.
I'm on the train early, and then men trying to come up there and be like, yo, Zeus, from day one, and I'm like, nah, bro, you just got on at the last stop.
Do you know what it is? I'm one of these gangsters, yeah? I can jump on late and people make space for me, so don't go anywhere. You understand? You better be understand. This has been the Call-In Show. Hope you guys have liked it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Zuberi has been great. Bilal has been great. And the callers have been the stars of the show. We'll be back next week when we're possibly talking 5 points clear. When we're possibly talking final of the League Cup. And then we're saying bring on the FA Cup as well. We keep it moving. Peace.